Nationals road trip through the National League East was never going to be easy. After 3 losses in Philly, they turned things around 4-2 over the final 6 in Florida and Atlanta. Tonight they see the Marlins again, this time in the friendly confines of Nationals Park. Good to be back home at Nationals Park. It's a short homestand. Let's enjoy it while it happens. 3 with Florida and 2 at Pittsburgh. Marlins are 21-15, and they're on the heels of the Phillies in the East. This is Ray Knight in the booth with us tonight. FP not feeling well. We look forward to his return ASAP. Good to have you back with us, partner. Now let's talk about Tom Gorzelani, who's on the mound tonight. Number 5 starter. Sometimes in April, he has a day off here and there, but this guy has really pitched great.
You cannot pitch any better. He's been able to hold the opposition down, not only left-handed hitters, right-handed hitters. In his 7 starts, 6 of them have been outstanding. 4 out of 7 quality starts. Jim has taken him out after 5 1/3 a couple of times, but he throws a lot of strikes. He's relentless to the strike zone. What is amazing is that he is not allowing more than 5 hits per inning, which rates second in all of Major League Baseball. And batter spaced, batting average, very low, right there at 163. But it's even lower than that. Batters face that make contact is at 157.
Impressive numbers for a guy who wasn't supposed to be at the top of the rotation. He might be pitching his way there right now. Then you've got Ian Desmond against Chris Volstad, the Florida starter. The career numbers are almost hard to believe. 11 hits and 18 at-bats, 5 of those extra base hits. So maybe Desmond leads the way against the Fish tonight. Is way out to the west of us, so at least for now things are looking okay for baseball uninterrupted. So we talk about our game time conditions. 63 degrees, not much of a breeze, very muggy though. Visit Train.com for an independent Train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Marlins are 21-15, just 3 games back of the Phillies. They're 9-6 on the road And their best hitter right now is Gabby Sanchez. 7th in the league in batting average, 6th in on-base percentage, and he's also in the top 7 in hits with 46, and obviously a lot of them in the month of May. It's only the 13th, and he has 19 hits already this month. So Tom Gorzelani faces the Marlins for the 4th time in his career. A 1.80 ERA against them. He's won 2 games without being defeated. Chris Coghlan steps in. Gorzelani is ready. Looks like we're going to be right on time at 7:05 with first pitch. And he throws it right down the middle.
What's new, he has been able to control the strike zone, the count, in all the starts except the first one against the Mets this year. Great movement on that little sinker. I think it's a sinker that he throws that moves about 6 or 7 inches down. There's this big curveball. He doesn't wait long to show you his whole repertoire. He has such great command, and I can just tell from the first outing on how much more confident he's gotten as he's gotten the ball and sped up his rhythm. And he's certainly been in a great rhythm of late.
1-2 pitch. He jams Coghlan.
Oh my God!
I can't believe the Nats aren't appealing that swing. Jerry Hairston says, "Let's appeal it," and they do. And he's out.
Yeah.
Wilson Ramos did not appeal. Jerry Hairston hollered at him and pointed to the third base umpire, and Kerwin Danley calls out Chris Coghlan, and that bat is way through the hitting zone.
Yeah, that would have been a double that short hopped the wall right there if he makes contact with that one.
So Gorzelani gets his 30th strikeout of the year, 13 walks. 11-year veteran Paul Nart behind the plate. Doug Innings, crew chief Dana DeMuth, and Kerwin Danley on the bases. Stepping in, former Nat Emilio Bonifacio. His kid's done a good job for them, and no matter where they play him, doesn't have to play left field now because they have Logan Morrison back. He'll bunt it foul, and that's quickly strike 2. But he's at third base now as they still await the return of Donnie Murphy. Bonifacio hitting .333 right-handed. By the way, Logan Morrison, when we see him a little later, this is his first game back off the DL after a bad foot injury, and they missed him. 0-2, and Bonifacio jerks one way foul, way far left field side. Nats are 9th in the league in defense, 1 error in the last 2 weeks. Bernadina flanked by Nix and Worth. It's Desmond and Espinoza up the middle. Adam LaRoche has been unbelievable at first base across from Hairston tonight. And as mentioned, Wilson Ramos has the catching duties. And he smothers that 0-2 pitch. Another check swing. Let's see.
He came close to going right here. I mean, he went right there, made a commitment with his hands. I always look at the front of the plate. I heard Bobby Valentine said that there's no real rule that indicates what that strike is. There is a rule that indicates that one. Splitting that strike zone with a big curveball. Late break on this curveball. Looks like Bonifacio gave up on it as he thought it was going to be away. Caught that outside corner. He's got it working tonight.
So far, so good, and Hanley Ramirez steps in. Hanley Ramirez is hitting .385 against left-handed pitching. Only 9 batters in the National League have higher averages against lefties. He's 2 for 8 career against Gorzelani, and he goes up hacking.
Probably need to make this comment early as Gorzelani has improved his strikeout ratio per 9 innings over the last 2 seasons. After averaging just a little over 6 strikeouts per 9 innings, he is averaging 7.9 strikeouts per 9 innings. That's getting on up there with the big boys when you start striking out 8 hitters per 9 innings.
Oh, there's a good changeup.
Beautiful.
Hey, Ray, you're right. He's showing everything he has, and he's got such good command, it's not bothering him at all to show that entire repertoire.
And totally fooled out in front, about a foot there, was Ramirez. He can go a lot of places here. Inside would be good after showing him that pitch away. Let's see what Pudge wanted. He wanted to go inside up. Now he's going back away.
Right up the middle. That's 2 up and 2 close to the plate. And so a 2-out base hit for Ramirez. Hanley into that at bat, hitting only .217, but he continues to punish left-handed pitching.
And that's a great point. You have 3 pitches to kill, really, to play with, and you're 0-2, throwing 2 nasty pitches, a fastball and a curveball, the curveball and the changeup, and then you come back with a fastball down the middle, 0-2, when you have so many different places to go. So sometimes, as I've said before, you can throw too many strikes
over the heart of the plate.
Over the heart of the plate, especially when you're ahead in the count.
I remember that discussion from last year.
Hey, he's thrown 14 pitches, 12 pitches. These are the speeds that I have thus far: 91, 92, 86, 78, 80, 85, 83. So he has thrown 8 of those pitches at different speeds.
And he goes changeup to Gabby Sanchez, who's easily Florida's best hitter right now. He has walked 18 times, 7th in the league in hits, as I mentioned, top 6 in on-base percentage, and he's hitting .336. He's just out of the top 10 in RBIs. Short lead by Ramirez, who leads them in steals, by the way. Marlins are not much of a running ball club. 3rd lowest steal total in the league, ahead of only the Cubs and the Braves. Hanley has 8 of their 17. Logan Rodriguez, the manager of the Marlins, who has them right now at 21-15. Look at that ERA at home, led by Josh Johnson. He's all over the charts. Gorzolani, as Ray mentioned, 5 or fewer hits on a consistent basis. And the Marlins, not that great against lefties. Gorzolani throwing a lot of soft stuff to Gabby Sanchez here.
And it's obvious by their scouting report, with all these check swings, that someone has told the hitters that this kid is around the plate. You better go up there hacking. He doesn't throw a lot of pitches that are out of the strike zone, which he doesn't. He throws a lot of pitches that are deceptive.
Gabby Sanchez hits one high and far, left center, and the Marlins are going to be on the board. Gorzolani has given up home runs this year. That's number 6. And the thing that hurts is he had Hanley Ramirez 0-2, gave up a base hit out over the plate, and then Gabby Sanchez hits one a mile.
Well, you mentioned the best hitter in their lineup right now. This pitch down the middle, a little bit down. Sanchez is one of those hitters that he can handle pitches up, down, in or out, makes adjustments through the at-bat. Just got a pitch that was too fat and hit it back there in the back of the bullpen.
Marlins have 2 on the board, and John Buck, their catcher, coming up. Well, right now in the last 24 hours, 2 pitches are haunting the Nationals. A 3-1 slider last night to Freddie Freeman, and an 0-2 pitch tonight, hit for a base hit by Hanley Ramirez. Both of them led to really bad things. Buck is hitting .231, but a heavy .231, 4 homers, 18 RBIs. They promoted him to the number 5 spot in the order, and he skies one deep to left, and it's 3-0. And he was ahead of that hitter when this home run was knocked out of here.
This ball's just too fat. You want to come inside, and he misses the ball right on the inside part of the plate, about 4 balls from the corner, right on the barrel of the bat, and just too good a pitch when you have the hitter. Actually, he should be in a defensive mode there, but shoot, you throw him down the middle, and even I might make contact. That's a stretch.
I believe you would. Logan Morrison, with a 10-game hitting streak, returns off the DL. And by the way, that's the first time the Marlins have hit back-to-back home runs this year. Gorzolani goes low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. And the air is not out of the sails, but it's a horrible start to the weekend, especially considering the way last night ended in Atlanta. That'll be just outside, 2-1. Evidently, the Marlins were not impressed with that 163 batting average against. They're 3 for 5 with 2 home runs. 2-1 pitch. And a swing and a foul tip. Well, that's been Gorzelani's problem early. 4 runs in 6 starts coming into this one, and now they've tacked on 3 onto his total. 2-2 pitch. That is outside first and foul. In the division tonight, Cole Hamels and Brandon Beachy dueling in Atlanta. And the Mets are in Houston tonight. And watch out below. New York's only 1 game behind the Nationals now. They've been playing better baseball. Carlos Beltran hit 3 homers yesterday in Colorado. There's a big breaking ball for the strikeout. He strikes out the side, but the 3 guys after the second out did major damage. And the Marlins put 3 on the board. Nationals lineup packaged by the UPS store. We love logistics. Ian Desmond is now tied for first in the major leagues. In the National League, Desmond and Michael Bourne of Houston each have 13. So some speed at the top of that lineup when you count Roger Bernadina. But there are still some batting averages down there that need to come way up. The Nationals have the lowest team batting average in the major leagues at .222. Volstad, 5-2, 11 starts against Washington, but a high ERA. Not likely he will shut them out tonight. So the Nats need to peck away, get some hits, get some runs early. Let him know they're not going away after a first inning like that. Bernadina off to the races. He is safe. And he has bunted for a hit to lead off the game, 2 consecutive games now. And he didn't hit that ball very far from home plate. You have to really be fast to beat one out like that.
Just kept running away from catcher John Buck as Bernadina exhibits his great speed. Just watch this ball keep creeping away from him. Turns, makes a great throw, but just the speed gets him there by half a step. Perfectly placed. You mentioned the Nationals not being held down by Volstad in 11 starts that Volstad has started against this ball club. 8 times the Nationals have scored 3 runs or more. So,
yeah, he's been living on run support whenever he plays Washington. And one of the reasons he gives up runs is Ian Desmond. 11 hits, a homer, 5 RBIs, and 18 career at-bats against this 6'8" right-hander.
In fact, his last 5 starts, he has given up a total of 22 runs in those 5 starts. And he's never gone more than 5 innings. So Nationals have always handled him, but as you say, the Marlins tack up a lot of runs and against whomever we throw out there against.
He's got a slow pitch softball batting average against Volstad. Desmond looks at that one. It's a fastball, low and inside, 1-1. Despite the low batting average, the Nationals are creeping up the National League list in one other statistical category, and that's runs. We're up to 140 now, and that's good for 12th in the league. So the timing of hits and how you put them together sometimes more important than just the number you get. You know, 2-out singles add to the batting average, but it's a couple of singles put together or getting a rally started early in an inning that makes a big difference. Desmond hitting only .215. And he hits a hot shot for a double play ball to Bonifacio. Wide throw. They're going to say that Gabby Sanchez tagged Ian Desmond. Ian must have felt it because he does not argue. 5-4-3.
Volstad just throws a sinker down and in. Desmond pounds it into the dirt to Bonifacio, and return not that smooth. Good throw.
Yeah, Bonifacio didn't give Omar Infante a very good feed.
That ball was sinking.
And the Nats hit into a double play now for the 26th time this year. Marlins have just turned their 29th. And here's Jason Worth, who bats with the bases empty, 2 outs. Marlins defensively, they are 8th in the league. They've got Logan Morrison back in left field now. Hanley Ramirez has made 6 errors at shortstop. And Emilio Bonifacio is their utility man. He plays outfield, infield, wherever they need him until they get Donnie Murphy back. And John Buck has pretty much established himself now as the everyday catcher. Brett Hayes, the backup. And a 1-2 to Worth, who had right field on his mind as he protected.
A lot of sliders from Volstad. 86 miles an hour, 85. Fastball 90 to 92 with sinking movement. His problem has always been that he has not been able to get the ball to the small areas of the plate like there. When he gets ahead of a hitter, he's had a tough time putting them away. Just 24 years old. Only one other starter in all of baseball has made more starts than Volstad. 80th start tonight in his career for this young 24-year-old. Clayton Kershaw, 91 starts for the Dodgers.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time to figure it out. 3-2 to Worth. And Worth again is going to be called out on strikes. Jason Worth called out on strikes 3 times in Atlanta last night. top of the second. Marlins have 3 on the board already. Here's our upcoming schedule. It's brought to you by Commuter Connections. We'll get you home, guaranteed. At 1:05 tomorrow, Livan against Anibal Sanchez. 1:30 on Sunday, Jason Marquis and Javier Vazquez. Then the Pirates are in for John Lennon, Paul Mahalam, a battle of lefties Monday night. Day game Tuesday, Jordan Zimmerman, Charlie Morton, and then it's on to a 2-game series in New York. Going up swinging are the Marlins, and Mike Stanton flies one. That'll be just short of the track in right center. Everybody trying to get in on this swinging parade for Florida. And a 1-pitch out for Gorzolani, who in his last 3 starts had given up only 3 runs total in 21 innings on 10 hits. The Marlins matched that after 5 men batted tonight. He'll face number 8 hitter Omar Infante. Infante at 232. Down in the number 8 spot, not producing a whole lot for the Fish right now. He was a pretty solid utility guy with Atlanta last year in 134 games. He hit .321. And Gorzolani goes off speed, let that ball up a little bit, and Omar fouled it back 1-2. One final in the league from this afternoon. The Cubs bombed the world champion Giants at Wrigley Field today 11-4. That was against Madison Bumgarner, who's 0-6. Gorzolani misses low, and it's 3-2. That's a changeup that got right out toward the end of the bat. Volstad, the pitcher, is on deck here in the top of the second. And reaching out and stroking one to left center is Infante. Roger Bernadina will make it look ridiculously easy out there in the gap. Jim Riggleman said today, Ray, that when Rick Ankiel comes back, there is a possibility there will be times when Bernadina and Ankiel are in the same outfield.
Well, Roger gets great jumps on the ball. He pays attention out there, great routes to the ball. He's been doing this for 3 years now, just bits of 3 years, but I don't think it's a stretch to say that he may be our best center fielder. Certainly as far as lateral movement and range.
1 ball, 1 strike to Volstad. 2 for 10 this year and a .116 career hitter. Rick Ankiel is just now starting to swing the bat again. That wrist has been much more troublesome than Rick or the Nationals thought it would be.
And Rick has played exceptionally well defensively for this ball club. I don't remember him not making a play that.
How about that for an inside-out swing? Worth has designs on a play at first, but Volstad beats it out. He got jammed and kind of looked like he just pushed the bat and his whole body toward that ball into right center.
Well, that's exactly what he did.
Marlins have 4 base hits.
You see this fastball moving into him. He just drops his hands inside, making the bat barrel more inside out. That is severely, as FP would say, staying inside the baseball.
Top of the order now. Here's Coghlan. Target away. Fastball up and away. First inning looked innocent enough when Coghlan was called out on a check swing. Bonifacio caught looking on a backdoor breaking ball, and Tom Gorzolani had Hanley Ramirez 0-2. Hung an off-speed pitch near the outside corner, base hit. Next thing you know, 2 home runs, 3-0.
It goes back to scouting reports too, Bob. Hanley Ramirez, known to chase pitches when he's behind in the strike zone. You don't have to throw him a strike. He's not nearly as bad as Vladimir, but he's a guy that generally, when you get him on strikeouts, that's when you're ahead of him and you bounce pitches or elevate above the Marlins right there.
So your point is don't throw him anything.
Nothing close.
He can reach with his bat.
No, he's not going to even let the count get to 3-2. You could throw him 3 bad pitches, and he's going to swing at one of those pitches or offer at it.
At 2-1, Gorzelani jamming Coughlin, and that went over the screen. Nationals at home 9-7 on the year. As I mentioned, the Marlins are 9-6 on the road. Both teams under 500 in the division. Florida 8-9, Washington 10-14. 2-2 pitch. That's going to get him on the inside corner. Coughlin down on strikes twice. Gorzelani 4 Ks. It's LaRoche, Ramos, and Nix straight ahead. Bottom of the second. %70% off all flooring. 877-241 Luna. Shop smart, shop Luna. Left fielders combined most RBIs, and thanks to the recent production of Lance Nix, who has 13, the Nationals are on that list. St. Louis, of course, has Matt Holliday. Milwaukee has Ryan Braun, and the Cubs have Alfonso Soriano. Nix hitting a very heavy .282. He'll be the third man up in this inning. Adam LaRoche batting .205. Ramos at .295. They step in against Volstad here. 12 pitches, 7 strikes for the Florida starter. First inning. LaRoche goes up swinging. Easy out to Infante. Next up, Wilson Ramos. Experiencing just a little bit of failure for the first time in his big league career now. Over his last 8 games, only 4 hits in 27 at-bats. Batting average still a very respectable .295.
Well, if he goes back to that right field stroke, he's been pulling more balls lately. Goes back to that right field stroke, that will self-correct. As everybody probably recalls, early in the season he was ripping the ball to right field, and then he started working his way back to the middle of the field as he got better and better timing. But one thing they're not going to allow you to do unless you really stay inside the ball and develop an inside-out swing is beat you the other way in run-scoring situations. They'll start pounding you inside.
Right up the middle. Ball's got some funny spin on it, and Infante grabbed it for the second out. Lance Nix did some damage in Atlanta. In that series, he had 5 hits. He was walked intentionally, by the way. His only walk of the year. That was the home run he hit 2 nights ago. And of course, he's been known to lash the ball down the right field line as well. Using left field beautifully. Nick's all over the place. And right now, you could make an argument that he is easily Washington's most dangerous hitter.
Well, he goes up there swinging. And that aggressiveness I love. And he has a mentality of a pinch hitter because he's done that a lot in his career. He goes up there looking for a ball that looks big to him and letting it rip. I don't see him taking that call third strike very often. When he's struck out, it's with him swinging.
22 strikeouts, that one intentional walk in 71 at bats. Sometimes you swing hard and you still tap it, and that one fortunately foul.
Volstead has a pretty good sinker tonight. He's predominantly throwing the sinker. So far I have him with 19 pitches and 11 fastballs, of which those pitches are of the sinking variety.
Lance Nix 0 for 3 career against Volstead. That was the game last week in Florida on Saturday when he hit 2 of the hardest balls you will ever see. A laser to right caught by Stanton on the track, and then another one out to center field caught by Cogler. He's got that great stare down of the pitcher going. He is all business when he steps between those lines. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and that's up and in.
That's where he gets in trouble. That's a 93-mile-an-hour fastball, his hardest fastball on the evening, but he started it belt high. And those balls, they tend to get peppered off the wall. Just had it inside a little bit.
And Nick's out ahead of an off-speed pitch, mid-80s. Marlins pitching staff 5th in the league with an earned run average of 3.40. The Nats are 4 spots behind them. But the ERA has jumped up tonight with 3 runs in the first. And Nix, another quality at bat. Base hit left center. Over to cut it off Coghlan. And Lance Nix continues to hack. On the year, he's now 21 for 72, batting .292.
This is why, as a hitter, you always think you're going to get to Chris Volstead. There he is, a breaking ball, but it stays up, belt high, and just doesn't have enough movement. That ball starts to go down, but it ends up belt high outside part of the plate. Doesn't really matter, in or out. If that ball is up there belt high, those eyes are going to pick that rotation up and drill it somewhere.
Danny Espinosa, a couple of hits against Volstead in 6 career at bats. He goes up swinging. He actually hits it too hard right at Mike Stanton in right field. Nats have a hit each of the first 2 innings. It's 3-0 Florida. had an 0-2 pitch on his 12th pitch of the first inning. He hung it, and the Marlins pounded their way to 3 runs with homers by Sanchez and John Buck after the Hanley Ramirez single.
Yeah, Gabby, he just threw a ball right down the middle of the plate, a little low, hits the ball right in the back of the bullpen, right, actually over top of it. Almost same pitch to John Buck, and just cookie cutters right down the heart of the plate after he was, as you said, 9 pitches to the first couple of hitters. Looked like he was going to breeze through that first inning. Left a 0-2 pitch up to Ramirez. He drilled it up the middle.
Yeah, that came real close on Friday the 13th to being the 13th pitch, but it was number 12. And it wasn't real pleasant after that. So he had to throw twice as many pitches in the first inning because of that 0-2 pitch to Hanley Ramirez. Time to quit worrying about that and moving along. It's the top of the third, and Bonifacio, now he's 0-2 after striking out looking first time up. And there's Hanley Ramirez, who continues to hit left-handers to the tune of about 390 now this year. Gorzelani goes changeup. Phillies and the Braves are just underway in Atlanta. Right side. Somebody's got to hurry. It's the pitcher. Gets it and barely beats Bonifacio to the bag. Well played by Adam LaRoche and Tom Gorzelani. We've been telling you about Monday and Tuesday. $1 Monday. Now all the $1 tickets are sold out. There are other tickets starting at just $10, and then you save all kinds of money with $1 hot dogs, $1 peanuts, $1 popcorn, $1 parking. Check the website nationals.com for where you can park for $1. $2 ticket Tuesday. Check it out. 105 against the Bucks. Go to nationals.com/specials. Select seating available. Some restrictions apply. It's all while supplies last. And those $1 tickets did not last very long. Here's Hanley Ramirez, who was hitting under 200 when the Nats were in Florida last week at one point. We could see his bat start to warm up as the weekend went on. He didn't like that call from Paul Nart.
Well, Gorzelani throws a lot of those fastballs on the edges of the plate. Doesn't have the kind of command with his changeup or his breaking ball that he does with his fastball. There's the breaking ball. You'll see him bounce that a lot, which is not a bad thing. But that's what surprised me with the 3 pitches that he threw to Gabby and Ramirez and then to Buck. They're all fastballs that got the middle part of the plate. And he's not one of those pitchers that does that. He has the ability to put that fastball, right through these short spots. Watch him go inside with it and bury it right there.
Wow. What was wrong with that pitch?
I think it's going to be a little inside because he almost had cutter action on this thing. Just misses.
That's what you call an umpire with an eagle eye. And then Hanley Ramirez battles back from 0-2, and he has another hit.
Well, if you bury a pitch inside, just as a hitter, if you bury a pitch inside, then the rule of thumb is they tend to go back away with you. If they don't go away with you, and in Hanley's mind, he thinks he's going to try to double up in there, it better be in that spot or even closer to him because he's going to hammer that thing. I mean, every hitter just lives to hit that inside fastball when they know it's coming, and after he threw that pitch in there, he thought he was going to double up, got it, and ripped it down that third baseline.
You saw in the replay that Hairston just did get a piece of it. So 2 hits against lefties tonight. The Nats do not want to mess with Gabby Sanchez here. They'll take their chances with John Buck, set up a double play despite Buck's homer last time up. Hey, I've got no problem with this move in the third inning.
Nor do I.
You can't fall behind 5-0.
Well, Gabby's leading the team in hits, RBIs, home runs, doubles, batting average.
Yeah. Well, he can be welcomed into the club of Pujols, Holiday, Votto, the other really good power hitters in this league who managers will absolutely pitch around even early in a ball game.
And John Buck Does not run very well.
Fielder, Braun on that list.
Some pretty good hitters.
So here's Buck. 5 homers, 19 RBIs now for the catcher. And as I mentioned last week in Florida, still a little surprised Toronto let him become a free agent. 20 homers, 66 RBIs for the Blue Jays last year. That was in 409 at-bats.
Yeah, these guys don't come around. It's probably harder to find a major league catcher that handles pitchers well, that can give you some offense also. And you just don't let these guys go. You don't know what kind of relationship he had with management there, but I've never heard anything but good things about John Buck.
Bouncing ball up the middle. That's what the Nats wanted, a double play ball. And Desmond takes care of it. 6-3. Hairston, Gorzolani, and Bernadina coming up. You walk a power hitter, face another one, but this one gives you the ground ball.
Fans are looking for some runs as the Nats trail the Marlins by a score of 3-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Now, Chris Ballstead just faced the Nationals last weekend, and I asked Jerry Hairston, does that give the batter the advantage?
Well, as a hitter, you always want to think you have the edge. You never want to give anything to the pitcher, but, I know Chris, I faced him the last couple of years. He's definitely improved with his command and working, his changeup as well as his slider and cutter. So he's a good pitcher, and hopefully play well tonight.
Jerry said, too, the key with Wallstead is just not letting him get into a good rhythm early. Bob, Ray?
Nats had a couple of hits. That's Debbie with our sideline report from AFCEA.org, the Association for IT Pros. Bernadina's bunt hit to lead off the game, but he was out on a double play. And then Lance Nix, a 2-out single in the second. So here's Jerry, and he takes one inside corner, batting in front of Gorzolani, bottom 3. Look at this, little flare to center, that'll fall in. And if you're trying to peck away at a 3-0 deficit, getting the number 8 man on base is a wonderful way to start it, giving your pitcher a chance to move him along. We have a new sponsor on the old Exmo. It's our friends at Jeep. This one brought to you by the 2011 Jeep Compass. Nice.
Got a little lumber out of that bat as he hit it right on the end.
Gorzolani 0 for 12 this year with a sacrifice. Spins away from that one. Tom's an .079 career hitter, but in his National League career, he has laid down 21 sacrifice bunts. They are really pinching hard, Bonifacio and Sanchez. And in Emilio Bonifacio, you're talking about a guy with really quick feet. You bunt it toward him, you better deaden it pretty far in front of him. He'll get to the ball and throw to second. Good eye. Orsolani laying off, and it's 2-0.
This is where you want to bunt the ball to first base anyway. The only time that you really want to go down the third baseline is when you have runners at first and second and make the third baseman feel the ball by bunting a ball firmly down the line.
Plus, it's a right-handed throwing first baseman. That will be a strike.
Only one time this year has Volstad gone 7 innings. That was an outing in early April, late April against the Dodgers. He won that ball game 2-1. Gave up 7 hits, 2 runs. His best outing on the season.
Pulls the bat back, ball 3.
Then every other outing, he gave up 4 in his first start, 5, 5, 5, and then 3 in the last start down there in Florida on the 7th against the Nationals.
Volstad has to throw a strike. You cannot walk the pitcher when you're up by 3.
Yeah, you can.
By the way, Ryan Howard just hit his 9th of the year at Atlanta. The Phillies are still batting, and they have 3 runs on the board. And they've loaded the bases after that home run. So Brandon Beachy is having a very difficult first inning for the Braves. 3-2 now to Gorzolani. He's going to bunt it very nicely. Bonifacio just flips it over to Infante. 5-Fuller. Very good at bat for the sacrifice by the Nats pitcher.
Well, he decides to quit trying to go to one of the corners. He just squares it up, gets the bat right squared, bunts it firmly back toward the pitcher, but not hard enough that the pitcher could make the play. Good job, and Nats have a chance to drive in a run here and get this old merry-go-round going.
They, in fact, have 2 shots at it with Bernadina and Desmond now. Roger laid down a bunt first time up, and now on the air he is 6 for 21. Batting average of .286. But you look at what he's done in just a week as a leadoff guy. He has scored 3 runs. He's walked 3 times. He has stolen second 3 times. And he's got good numbers against this pitcher with his base hit. 5 for 14 now. He'll lay off that breaking ball down and in. So Roger Bernadina has done as much in 1 week to prove he's a leadoff guy as everybody else on the team did in a whole lot more time. One the count. He will take that one outer half at the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's a perfect pitcher's pitch there. Setting up on the outside part of the plate, John Buck has that mitt just a little above the shin guard, and he threw it right to the spot.
And Bernadina takes the one that bounces. We did see Roger jumping at some breaking balls in spring training from right-handed pitchers and striking out. Well, he's had 21 at bats, and he's made contact or walked 18 times.
Rick Eckstein keeping that chart. He writes down every pitch, every situation, to try to get some idea how the opposition is going to attack his hitters.
Bernadina will bounce it. That hit his foot, so that's a foul ball.
Tries to go inside with a fastball. He get the bat barrel way out front. Hit the top of the ball and ends up hitting the top of the shoe. Now those shoes don't have those steel plates in them like some of those work shoes, and I've had more than a couple toenails get knocked off. You should have seen Johnny Bench's feet, as he had so many foul balls off of his shoes.
Ooh, that's close. Bernadina takes it 3-2.
Well, he's not been able to throw the curveball for a strike yet. I think he threw one curveball for a strike to Desmond just before he hit into the double play, but he's missed in this count 3 curveballs. That was the one that was near the strike zone. The other 2 bounced. 3-2, 2-run lead. Is he going to go at him with the breaking ball or challenge him with a fastball? I got to believe that you've got to go at him. Just got to go with your best stuff and hope he hits it at somebody. If it's at our ballpark, you still have a 1-run lead. You just don't want to walk him with a breaking ball or a changeup.
He has a pitch up. That ball is on the ground in center. Bo Porter will hold the runner, Hairston. That ball got to the center fielder, Coughlin, very quickly. And Roger Bernadina is 2 for 2 tonight.
That was a bolt. That was a rocket fastball right about belt high. Check this thing out. Running out away from him right to the barrel of the bat. He squared that thing up and hit a laser to center field. Nice job by Bo Porter, as he had no chance to score with that ball hit that hard. And on his way back in the infield before Hairston really rounded third base.
So runners at the corners with 1 out. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters have done it perfectly here. Base hit, sacrifice,
yes, sir.
Base hit. What more can you ask? So now it's time for Ian Desmond to do some damage and not pull the ball to the third baseman like he did first time up. He's got to be thinking up the middle or opposite field here to stay out of that double play. And the Nats could be sending Bernadina on the move here. He's 3 for 3 in stolen bases.
Well, this is where Ian has killed Volstad over his career, hitting around 633 lifetime, somewhere in that area. And he needs to look for a ball out over the plate. He can hit the ball extremely well to right center field. When he gets in trouble, he smothers that ball with his top hand, hitting ground balls to short and second. So look for a ball out away from him.
Bernadina started, then stopped. That's a base hit. The Nats are on the board. Ian Desmond delivers his 15th RBI. And the line is moving around the bases right now with Jason Worth coming up.
I was able to watch all those games in Atlanta as I was home over the weekend to see my family. And Ian's bat has gotten so much quicker as he's been able to soften that front foot. Remember early in the year he was double tapping with that front left foot. He stopped doing that. That allows his hands to be quiet. Although he sets up with the lower half of his body, then he explodes and hits that ball hard. And I noticed it on that double he hit in Atlanta the other night. But look how soft and quiet the bottom half is. Just using those hands, pulling them in, but getting that top hand down and under and through the baseball and doing it just the way you're supposed to do it. Nice, sweet stroke right there.
He got all of it. Now here is where a hitter you're paying a lot of money to do damage needs to be aggressive, swing the bat, attack intelligently if it's good pitches. I'm not talking about Jason Worth swinging at anything in the dirt or over his head.
No, I know what you're talking about, partner.
But you need him to be the aggressor here, not waiting around for a walk.
Well, he has to have one area that he's looking for here, not looking for a particular pitch. Look in an area.
He did try to jump on the first one.
See us down and away. I'm going to go right here to the telestrator when we get a shot and just show you something that he needs to do. He has to look for a ball. He likes the ball middle of the plate down. So you put the right here down, right down the middle. And that's where he wants the ball. Anywhere in that white area, he wants the ball, not down and away from him. And he chased the ball down and away. So look in a small area, attack that area, and then spit on anything else. That was there.
Yeah, that ball was right in his wheelhouse.
That was right there. He may have overswung a little bit. Ball looked like it had a little bit of cut. But you're going to see this ball is center cut. Right there, right down the middle of the plate. Maybe one ball off the center of the plate. That's a good pitch to swing at. Now, the first pitch, no. He wasn't going to do anything with that slider going down and away. Here he just has to protect.
0-2, and he's going to be out. Just a very couple of interesting at-bats by Worth, who takes strike 3, first time up, and then his next time up swings at 2 bad balls.
Well, you have to look away with 2 strikes. You must shorten your strike. Look how big that swing and that preparation is, all that body movement. He's already gone. His whole body is already gone that way right there. So he is not thinking about making contact. He's still thinking about hitting the ball hard. Now, Jason Worth is a power hitter, but that doesn't mean that he can't cut his swing down a little bit to try to make a little bit of contact.
Here's LaRoche, who looks at his second pitch of the night, swinging first pitch to start the second, bounced out to Infante. Big RBI sitting out at second base in Roger Bernadina. They have to respect LaRoche's power, so any base hit that gets into the outfield will bring home the speedy Roger. That's inside, 1-1.
Not that much.
No kidding. That's our making Volstad work here. He's in the mid-40s on his pitch count. He was at 24 through 2 innings. So he's at a long frame here. And LaRoche will take it up and away, 2-1.
Well, this is the way he's pitched most of his career. He gets off to a good start, Volstad, but once he gets into that usually 50, 55 pitch range, he starts losing command. What is he? He's at 47 right now. So
LaRoche up the middle, right where the shortstop's playing. Hanley Ramirez almost made a runner safe at second base. Nats get a run on 3 hits. They've stranded 3. Fireballer, location is very important, and he cannot throw hard enough, Ray, to get away with pitches in the middle of the zone.
No, and we're going to look here. Just pretend that you know where the middle of the plate is. Wow, right down the middle, a good 8-10 inches up, and here's one just the same place, a little bit more inside, but right in those hitters' wheelhouse. And then when he gets ahead of you, buries that pitch inside, no chance, comes right back again with it in there on the black. Hitters just can't handle it. Now, that plate's only 17 inches wide, and you would think that, gosh, how could that 8 inches make a difference? Well, that bat barrel only has about 2 inches of sweet spot on it. So when you throw the ball down the middle, you have a chance to get it hit real hard, as he did with Sanchez and Buck both.
And a good breaking ball to start the 4th inning to Logan Morrison. This kid's a good ball player. Out of Kansas City, Missouri. It'll take him a while to get his timing. How about Espinosa with the bare hand? That was a real slow roller, and a left-handed batter getting down the line quickly. A good play by Danny, whose defense has been sparkling lately.
Danny's going to be a candidate, if not this year, look as his head goes to that ball, in the future for a Gold Glove. Because he has range, going left and right, he has as good a range as there is. Look as he just comes full tilt, bare hands the ball. The only play has that little something to throw with that great arm of his. And in my opinion, nobody in either league goes back on a ball better than Danny Espinosa, which is another big part of range factor.
Or straight up for line drives.
Or straight up.
That ball is smoked by Mike Stanton. Look out, folks. That's a laser into the seats. And Gorzolani has given up 3 home runs tonight. 4-1 Marlins. That ball has gotten out of this ballpark as quick as anything I've seen here in 4 years.
I honestly didn't see it. I looked, but again, middle of the plate, belled high, hitter bells. Even if you come inside when a guy is belling, and by belling I mean turns that left shoulder to hip off the ball just a little prematurely, the bat barrel gets out there pretty easily, and he kept from hooking it.
Good thing in Espinosa made that play right before that blast. It's 4-1 Florida. They've now hit 33 home runs on the year. That ball is scorched out to center by Infante, the number 8 hitter.
These balls are right down the middle now.
Here's an interesting number for you, Ray. The Nats, up until just the last couple of nights, one of the stingiest teams in baseball, giving up home runs. They've given up 28 home runs this year, and one pitcher, Tom Gorzolani, has given up 8 of those. So the rest of the staff has really kept the ball in the ballpark as a rule. Now Volstad can sacrifice for the second out and get Infante to second base for Chris Coughlin. Nothing cheap about these hits. Jordan Zimmerman, one of the big things for him is keeping the ball in the park. 2 home runs total. John Lannon has given up 4. Second highest total on the team to Gorzolani.
Well, he was nasty last night, Jordan Zimmerman. I had watched that ball game from down in Georgia.
You know, Ray, there's only one thing bad about striking out 11 guys. Takes a lot of pitches to do that.
Yeah.
And the Nats pulled him with 1 out in the 6th after 103. Hopefully over time Jordan will learn the craft of getting outs quicker. But I mean, he's a power guy. He's going to have high pitch counts because he is a strikeout pitcher, and he was on last night.
Well, that's something you're going to have to live with a guy like him. You know, everybody was talking about where were the strikeouts, and he was talking about, I'm just trying to throw to contact. But as a strikeout guy, you're going to throw more than 15 pitches per hitter.
Per inning?
Per inning. Yeah, I hope not. No, I hope not. But with the great strikeout pitchers that I played with, the Seavers, Nolan Ryan, J.R. Richard, Don Sutton, you know, they would throw 130, 135 pitches a game in 9 innings. Sometimes 142 pitches a game. Different era, different time. Jordan's still coming back from that problem with his elbow. So, you know, just go out there as hard as you can, as long as you can. He is a power pitcher, though, and will average a strikeout per 9 innings when he gets settled in. I think he jumped up to the team lead in strikeouts last night. I believe he had 35. I read the notes. Went in there with 24 strikeouts.
You are correct.
High fastball.
How do you keep that ball fair? And why Wilson Ramos threw that ball to second base is beyond us. He had no chance for that runner. And Jim Riggleman wants to know, did that ball hit the batter in fair territory? What's the deal? Volstad bunted that ball. Looked like his body was all over the baseball. Was there any contact? They might ask for some help here, but Wilson Ramos had no play at second base.
Well,
I think did he hit it twice? I think the ball might have come back up and hit the bat.
It did. It did. I
saw
saw
a change in rotation.
A little bit of change right there. See?
I think it hit his glove.
It may have hit his glove. Either way, he's out.
If the umpires don't see this, I won't be surprised. It is the. I mean, we got to take the Exmo to see it. But watch it come up and hit, and the change of rotation right there.
It hits his finger. It hits his left finger, pointing finger on his left hand.
And if he's in fair territory, of course, he's out.
And he was.
I don't think they saw it.
I don't think they could see that. I mean,
somebody would have called it by now.
We could barely see it right there on that Exmo. Great shot, guys.
Borzolani is pretty animated. Jerry Hairston, I think, saw it. And right now, Jim Riggleman's sending his guys away, trying to protect them because some of the Nats are pretty hot about this.
Desi needs to get out of there. He's fine right there with the pitcher. But once the manager's out there, all the players need to clear out.
The ball, and I even hesitate to say the ball clearly hit the batter. We had to see it in super slow motion.
And it was the rotation change of the ball, as you saw. It wasn't necessarily that it was it was redirected.
But when they huddle that long and nothing happens, you know they didn't see it.
Yeah. Can't call what you can't see.
And then the thing that hurts about the play is that Wilson Ramos threw the ball to second base when I don't think he had a play there. So now both batter and runner are safe.
Yep, right there.
And here's the other thing. That was strike 2, right? There were 2 strikes?
Yeah, he would have been out.
If he's in foul territory, that's a strikeout. Now, why would the umpires think he was in fair territory? So anyway, the Nats had 2 possibilities there, and the umpires didn't see either.
I think the ball ended up in fair territory. They're only going by where the ball is.
But if you bunt the ball and it hits you in foul territory, Ray, that's strike 3 on a bunt.
That is, but they didn't see it hit him, so they're just going by where the ball position was.
Tough break.
They got it wrong, but that Exmo has slowed down. It's unbelievable shots.
Now this inning is really tough with Coughlin coming in, 2 on, 1 out.
So, partner, does that go down as a sacrifice, or?
It does. Evidently, probably sacrifice fielder's choice, and not a good choice by Ramos. Now it's ball 2. Henry Rodriguez. I'm really not sure the Marlins want to face him again.
They had him ducking and darting the other night.
Oh, my gosh. They were in their own ballpark, and they felt like they were the subject of a shooting gallery. Coughlin lifting one to right. Worth is cruising for it. Getting himself in position for a throw. Infante will tag and go to third, 2 outs. Now we'll see the rest of the play that I was talking about with Infante, a good base runner. See, he's off and running. And right there, Ramos, even with a good throw, has no chance to get him.
Well, you know, it's not a bad play if he can throw the ball accurately, because Volstad was not even running out of the batter's box, so he could have relayed the throw to first and gotten him easily. But you have to make sure that you make an accurate throw there, or all you know what to break loose.
Bonifacio goes up swinging, and that's a breaking ball in on his hands.
Up to 72 pitches. 48 and 24, so throwing a lot of strikes. Seems like the ones that he's thrown, though, have gotten hitting pretty hard. 7 base hits for the Marlins. Nice block there. That was one of those scooters. Ball hits the ground, instead of bouncing, it just kind of dies, and you really got to get that glove down. That's strong. 75% first pitch strikes.
A lot of pitches, 74 coming. Bonifacio appears to have given away a strike. Doug Eddings says he went around, and that's 1 and 2. Boy, there's a lot of borderline stuff going on tonight, huh?
No question about that.
Target up and in.
Throwing the ball very well. I mean, no different than the other outings. Just 3 pitches that he's let settle over the middle of the plate, and The guys in those, whatever color that is, aqua uniforms hadn't missed him.
Bonifacio's 0 for 3. So when the smoke clears, the Marlins get 1 run on the laser by Mike Stanton. So, have we ever had a president named Jason? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Abe is a great closer, mask or not. He wins the Friday the 13th horror version of the Geico President's Race. Bob and Ray back here. FP Santangelo, hope you're feeling better, buddy. FP has a little strep throat going. Hope to get him back at the ballpark here in the next day or two. And rough outing for Tom Gorzelani. You throw the ball over the plate to major league hitters, you will pay.
His velocity's been good. He's missing about that far and about that much too high. And what that ends up translating to are balls just fat in the middle of the plate. And these guys are great fastball hitters now. This ball club is as good a fastball hitting club as there is in the league, and he hasn't been able to get his breaking ball over consistently. And when he's thrown his fastball to spots, he's done as he's done all year. He's gotten people out.
Get the feeling the Nats are not done offensively against Chris Volstad either.
No, the Nationals have impressed me in the last month, maybe not month, but 2-3 weeks with the way that they've been able to battle and do the things that they need to do. Not a big batting average, but getting the base hits when they matter.
Bottom of the fourth, Wilson Ramos leads off in a strike from Volstad, who's given up a run on 5 hits. Lance Nix has one of those. What else is new? Ramos 4 for his last 28. Tom Gorzelani now roughed up. 4 runs on 7 hits in his first 4 innings. Ramos is reaching for that one. Easy fly ball to right for Stanton. If you got a favorite 4-legged friend, it's Pups in the Park tomorrow, presented by Natural Balance Pet Foods. Marlins here for a 105 game. Livan Hernandez pitching. First 20,000 fans receive an eco-friendly tote. We saw them up in the booth today. They're really nice items. Nationals.com/tickets. Come and join us tomorrow. Pups in the Park, 105. That ball is hit by Nix. See you later in the upper deck. And the Nats are on the board again. And Lance Nix is unstoppable right now.
Holy moly, partner. He is hitting the ball as hard as anyone in baseball. I can't imagine anybody hitting the ball any harder than he's hitting it. And the way that he goes about his business, when he hits that ball out of the park, he just drops his head. What's this explosion? Down and away, puts his head down, Doesn't show anybody up, not trying to stand there and admire it. And hit that thing in that second deck up there, and it got out of here almost as quick as Stanton's did. Quickly.
Lance Nix is now back over 300 at 301, hitting the daylights out of the ball. 2 for 2 tonight. And that's his 5th homer of the year, 14th RBI. And here's a guy who hasn't played nearly as much as almost everybody in the lineup until the last 2 weeks. It's going to get hard to get him out of there.
I have always liked him as a hitter. When he was with the Cincinnati Reds, I would go out and watch him take batting practice, and he crushed the ball. He always did. He played hard. He played well wherever he played, all 3 outfield positions. A kid that didn't say much, but you knew he was a hard-nosed football player. And early in this season, I made the statement that Nix needs to get in there and play a little bit more, not because Morris or whomever was not doing the job, just because when he went up there, he hit the ball hard.
Yeah. There's Espinosa walking with 1 out. Maybe the bottom of the order is going to do some damage again. Jerry Hairston Jr. singled his first time, and he'll step in. That's got to be an irritating walk to Edwin Rodriguez, to a batter hitting under 210.
Well, that's just a loss of focus.
I think FP brought up a good point several times this year. And Ray, you managed, and you were a home run hitter at times, not always, but what effect does a home run have on a pitcher? Does he lose his focus and walk the next guy? Or does he bow his neck and then mow a couple of people down? And in that case, Volstad walked a hitter he should not have been nibbling against.
When you're a seasoned veteran and you know that home runs are part of the game, it's just turn the page and move right on, and sometimes your focus becomes stronger. As a young pitcher like Volstad, I think that there is that little, almost like a golfer that's not a great golfer. You get in that situation where you double bogey a hole, and it takes you a little while to get back into your rhythm or that mindset or almost a calmness. It's almost like you want to get the ball and force it up there and throw harder and throw it through a brick wall, and that's not what it is. It's about pitching. But you see it a lot. You see it happen a lot with young pitchers.
Possible interesting decision faces Jim Riggleman. If Hairston gets on, do you hit for Gorzolani at this stage of a game when he's been hit hard?
I do. Just not managing or anything, but I do, especially if you have a couple runners on out there with 1 out. With 2 outs, you might not with a runner on first base, but you put 2 runners out there, you know right now that you're looking at 2-run deficit. You don't know what else is going to happen in this game. You do know that you've got Matt Stairs sitting over there to pinch hit.
Alex Cora.
And Alex Cora. You've got runners on first and second, possibly. So if you get a runner on here, I believe you go to the pinch hitter.
1-1 count. Hairston spits on that breaking ball. That's a good take. Gets the count in his favor.
Now, some managers, with just 76 pitches, with Gorzolani, will just go ahead and play the small ball game, bunt the guys over, get them at second and third, and hope that somebody delivers magic with 1 base hit. But, I always like as many opportunities as I can with as many outs as I have.
Hairston takes ball 3 upstairs.
And we're going to find out pretty soon, I hope.
I see somebody else. I see somebody with a batting helmet, but the ball boys and the bat boys always wear helmets.
And you also have
they're not going to send them up there. But look, Michael Morse is hanging around. I think there's some things going on here. But right now, nobody's seen that could be hitting for Gorzolani. Hairston, that's a fair ball into the left field corner. Heading for third is Espinosa. The ball is picked up quickly by Morrison. And so Gorzolani evidently will bat as the runners move beyond first and second, now to second and third.
Nice job again pulling his hands inside the baseball, allowing him to get the bat barrel out on a pitch that is pinching him. Good overspin, gets the ball in the corner. Espinosa with the great speed easily attains third. Jerry Hairston, very positive leader type on this ball club, and I'm a little surprised by this move. Infield's going to be in. So what you're now doing is you're taking an opportunity to bust the ball game open, get yourself back into the game. But this also tells me that Jim Riggleman trusts his offense. He's beginning to trust his offense. I think earlier in the year, no question, you pinch hit and go ahead and try to tack on those 2 runs. But here, Gorzelani has pitched extremely well. You've got to reward him sometimes for that in the past, not necessarily tonight. And so they'll have probably their first and third in and the middle infielders back, because the run on second is the only run that means anything. And that's
not to be forgotten here, Ray, pardon me interrupting. You never know when there might be a bunt. You got a really fast runner at third. You know, kind of a safety squeeze sort of situation.
I don't get that right there, though. You don't show it that early, because a pitcher, once you show it that early, a pitcher going to throw you a pitch that is very difficult for you to get on the ground. He's going to elevate the fastball, and you're going to not be able to get that ball on the ground, or he's going to throw you sometimes a slider down in the dirt. So I don't know why you show the bunt that early. I'm not really sure what is going on right here.
I mean, Gorzelani talked with Bo Porter, so there can't be any missed signs here. This is just a very strange looking bunt attempt.
See, once you square around, he's going to do one of 2 things. He's going to elevate the fastball, which he did the first time. Then he's going to hook you with the breaking ball down, which he did that time. All this is, to me, is this is a safety squeeze. He's going to bunt the ball, and if the ball is down on the ground with the speed of Espinosa, they're going to figure they're going to get a run that way.
Well, you'd figured you'd have him swinging now. He might get lucky, hit a fly ball somewhere. But he swings right through it, and the Nats get nothing out of the number 9 spot there.
That's just giving away an out now. I mean, that's just giving away an out. And one thing that I was taught, you only get 27 of those things, and they're precious. So, you know, hey, but that's all right. We'll just get a big base hit right here by Bernadina and not even worry about it. How about that?
Jim Riggleman's pitcher just flew right by him, and there may be a bat being damaged in the tunnel right now.
Well, he's not supposed to hit, though. I mean, he is a pitcher. He's not a hitter.
Here's Bernadina, ball 1.
He can't get mad at himself for not doing that job, although he is a bunter. Pitcher first, bunter second.
Bernadina's 2 for 2 tonight. Your number 1 man and number 8 men, 2 for 2 each. Roger takes one in the inside corner. Nationals now have as many hits as the Marlins, 7. 4 home runs in the game, 3 by Florida. And Roger will look at a fastball, one of Volstad's best of the night, running away from him to the outside half.
Also, you have to look at how many pitchers were used in the Atlanta series. How fresh is that bullpen? Do you have someone out there that you feel keep you close in this ball game, coming in the 4th inning, having to get 9 outs to bridge the gap to the bullpen? So that has a lot to do with it. And how many, what you got over there, Bob?
In the last 3 games, those 3 games in Atlanta, nobody in the bullpen threw more than 1 inning except for Doug Slayton last night.
Well, there shouldn't be a problem with that then. So there goes that.
But you look at all the possibilities.
Yeah.
2-2 to Bernadina.
Just get a knock here, Rod.
That ball's well hit out to left center. This will tie the game. Bernadina off to the races. A 2-run double, and the Nats are back even.
How about that?
Roger Bernadina, 3 for 3.
Now that's managing, Bobby.
Listen to you.
Hey, this is a sweet piece of hitting. Now that fastball's on the outside black, running off the plate. He squares himself up to left center field, extends his bat, able to cover the outside part of the plate, drills a ball off the short hop wall. Roger Bernadina.
By the way, those are his first 2 RBIs of the year. He's now 8 for 23, And he represents the lead run with Desmond coming in, and Ian singled last time. But that's the pitch that eats him alive when he can't lay off that slider that's not a strike.
But why swing at it? It's 0-0.
He must think it's a fastball.
Yeah, he just hasn't learned to recognize it.
Desmond, 15 RBIs with his base hit tonight. And now Bernadina is running to third, and he is safe.
Easily.
The Nats continue to swipe bases all over the place. Bernadina's 4 for 4. If you're going to go with 2 outs, you better make it, and he just did.
Well, he gets a great walking lead at second base, putting himself in motion, allows yourself to get that motor running a little quicker, gets down there, good throw. There's nothing wrong with the throw, maybe a little up, but didn't make any difference. He was in there easily.
Well, now let him throw a breaking ball in the dirt to Desmond. That one low and away. I mean, they've been getting Ian out with that pitch. Interesting move by Bernadina to get over there. They bury a breaking ball. You never know when it might get away. Nationals running game really impressive these days. That's outside. 3-1. Nationals have 34 steals, second in the league to San Diego's 40.
Now this is where you have to lock in as a hitter. Know yourself, know what your absolute strength is. Look for the ball in the one area that you know that you can drive it.
That's not really it. Up and away. Might have been close enough to be a strike, and now it's 3-2.
Well, I don't mind him swinging at that pitch if he's thinking about going to right center with it, but it was a pitch up and out away from him, and he hooked it. So he was, if he was looking out there, he took a swing as if he was trying to pull the ball.
And Desmond strikes out on a similar pitch up and away. Great inning for the Nats. Lance Nick started it with an upper deck bomb with 1 out. A walk and 2 doubles later, and the Nationals have tied 4-4 after 4. Hit homer tonight, hitting .301. We've got some AT&T trivia for you. Do you know 4 father-son combos that hit 200 home runs each in Major League history? Think about it. Make a little list. We'll tell you who it is shortly. Top of the 5th. It's time for Tom Gorzelani to get a shutdown inning here. He's been hit hard. 4 runs on, 7 hits. A little bit outside to his nemesis tonight, Hanley Ramirez, with Sanchez and Buck to follow. This is a 1-2-3 inning. The Nats might go on to win this game. Todd Coffey getting that windmill ready out there. Hanley Ramirez now is 4 for 10 career against Gorzelani with his 2 hits tonight. A troubling count of 3-1 with a more troubling hitter on deck. Inside target. Hanley Ramirez was ripping and the count goes full. In that game in Atlanta, Braves got a run bottom of the first inning, but the Phillies lead 3-1 in the third. Phillies with a 3-game lead over the Marlins, 4.5 over the Braves. Nice going, buddy. 6.5 over the Nats and 7.5 over the Mets. Hanley Ramirez thought he was walking to first. He can walk back to the dugout now. Strikeout victim number 6.
This is what you call throwing it to the keyhole now. He puts that glove right there, hits it just perfectly, locks Hanley up. The only thing you can do to that pitch is you rake it somewhere over there in the dugout, or either you try to fight it off and hit a blooper to right field because you get jammed. But perfect spot. Hanley hitting .390 against left-handed pitchers this year, although he's only hitting .220 plus on the league.
Gabby Sanchez, is he locked in or what? Nats walked him the second time up tonight. And with all the fun we're having with Monday and Tuesday's inexpensive tickets, don't forget about that Grand Slam Flex plan. 5 games for the price of 4. It starts at just $60, so we're talking $12 a ticket. Stop by Nationals.com on your computer or your device. Nationals.com/Grand Slam for everything you need to know about the Flex plan. There's John Buck. And right now, this matchup of Gorzelani against this lineup, it sort of looks like a bunch of hitters who saw everything he had 5 days ago, and they've made some pretty good adjustments. They've hit him hard tonight. Just like that. You hope it's at somebody, and it's at Bernadina for the second out. That ball was scorched. Next up will be Logan Morrison, the left-handed batter, fielding his way back from the DL. All right, did you make your list about those father-son combos with 200 home runs each? The Fielders, the Bonds, the Alous, and the Bells. Here's Logan Morrison, strikeout and a ground ball to second. That slow roller on which Espinosa made the good play right before the home run by Mike Stanton. Tom Gorzelani is nearing 90 pitches. That's up and in, and it gets Morrison right up near the shoulder blade. 2 on, 2 out, and you know Tom did not want to do that because Stanton's coming in now.
Watch Logan Morrison tries to call a timeout there. Wasn't granted it. As Gorzelani in the middle of his windup, and Riggleman looks like he might make a move here.
I don't think he can leave Gorzelani in to face Stanton here. Is he going to get the ball from him? Yes, he is. Not after what Mike Stanton did last time. Gorzelani's last pitch.
Just got away from him.
And here comes Todd Coffey. The fans love the way he comes barreling in from the bullpen. Look out, Riggs. forth so far tonight. A lot of offense in this game, a lot of excitement, but not a lot of innings for a Nats starter. This is only the second time all year a National starter does not go 5. So Todd Coffey, who's been throwing the ball extremely well, has a power matchup here with Mike Stanton.
He's going to try to get him with that devastating slider that he throws. He probably go inside with the fastball. No, he's going away. He's got a good slider, doesn't he? When he throws that thing for strikes, it's just about unhittable, and he likes to throw it. It's a big old boy right here. Good gracious.
They list him at 6'5", 233. Hits that one out to center. Bernadina going back. Unbelievable catch! Roger Bernadina. He hits the track hard. Over to help him out, Lance Nix. The fans are holding their breath. That's one of the best catches you will ever see on a ball hit over a center fielder's head.
Wow! Not too many times, partner, am I speechless. But look at this thing, straight back, straight over his head, right in the web of his glove.
Best of the year right there. Fielder in the 4-year history of this ballpark. Roger Bernadina on a ball right back over his head, and Ray really hit hard.
I'm not going to argue with you there, partner. Slider right at him, starts a little bit toward left center field, gets back there. I actually thought I saw the ball come out, and he just had the ball right in the web, fully extended. What a great play. You cannot emphasize how big a play this is, how far he went for the ball, how hard the ball was hit. And my father always said the ball straight over your head is the toughest play for an outfielder to get a jump on. He got a good jump on that ball, gazed it perfectly, jumped well, and as you say, that's going to be on a lot of highlight reels for a long, long time.
Exmo brought to you by Ram Trucks, designed, tested, and proven to be the best trucks we've ever built. It's the Ram from Dodge, and then Jason Worth goes up and tries to bunt. Worth, 2 strikeouts tonight. He'll take one off the plate, 1-1. Jason just seems to be in one of those ruts where he's swinging at pitches you should take, and then vice versa. He pulls that one to his left. Bonifacio in the dirt, and a good pick by Gabby Sanchez. I'll tell you, Roger Bernadine and Gabby Sanchez are having a couple of nights here. It'll be back on Monday, the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report, 5:30, 6:30, Mass in HD. Tom Davis, Phil Wood, Dave Johnson, Mel Antonin, maximum access to the Nats. All of your baseball news you need with live interviews, roundtable discussions, BP look-ins, you name it, they've got it. The Mid-Atlantic Sports Report. I'm telling you, there's still a buzz in the ballpark about that play. Here's LaRoche. Adam, 2 ground balls. He's 0 for 2.
That goes back to the Jack Buck saying, I can't believe what I just saw because I didn't say a word. I was stunned. I thought he had no chance because the ball was hit so hard. And you know it's going to carry. But he made a great inside turn, timed that ball perfectly.
And the body control he had to exhibit to hit the ground, hold on to the ball. Here's Adam LaRoche with a fly ball to left for Morrison. And then his glove, you know, at the end of the play, his glove and his wrist got caught under his body.
There's just such a small number of outfielders that can make this play. You know, first of all, the man's almost 6'3". He's got lightning speed. He has a tremendous ability to jump, all that agility. And you just, as you said, Bob, you don't see a better play than that.
And by the way, for our fans who don't get to be around the guys like we do, Roger Bernadina is one of the nicest, most polite young gentlemen you will ever meet. He's very soft-spoken. Usually walks around with a smile on his face. He plays this game with a lot of joy. Wilson Ramos looks at his slider, and he's in the hole 0-2.
It makes me always want to know or meet the parents of those young men that exhibit all the qualities that he does. Because
he's been raised well.
He has, and made a great impression on this ball club. Not just with his athletic ability, but as you said, partner, his character and just the way that he goes about his business. He's a very effervescent, happy young man. And he's had a lot of adversity with injuries and getting called up and down. And
suffered a horrible injury in this ballpark a couple of years ago out in center field. On the heels of that defensive play, the Nats go 1-2-3. 6th inning coming up, tie game. Bernadina's part of that. How about some Lance Nix power and an amazing both sides of the ball night for Roger?
Well, a little bit like Superman. He bunts. He hits line drives. He steals bases. He hits doubles. He runs. He dives. He leaps. He catches everything. Goodness gracious, what a ball game he's put together tonight.
I'm pretty sure he jumped right over the Capitol Dome in a single bound. Top of the 6th inning coming up. Hey, still a lot of baseball to be played tonight, but we've sure seen some Friday night excitement here. Here's Omar Infante. Todd Coffey, second hitter. By the way, Volstad is on deck. 88 pitches. He's been hit hard lately. Coffey can retire this guy. Keep the pitcher from bunting. Todd will take care of that one. to LaRoche for the first out. Florida Marlins box score, a busy one tonight. They're 8th in the league in hitting and 4th in runs. They got a good offensive ball club, and Hanley Ramirez with the unconscious Gabby Sanchez and the efficient John Buck doing a good job for them. Then they get a homer later in the order from Stanton. But with all their fireworks, they don't have the lead. The Nats have battled back here. So the momentum on the side of the home team at the moment. And Coffey throws a strike to Volstad.
96-mile-an-hour cheeser right down the middle.
Todd Coffey is one big man.
That's not fair.
That's a nasty slider to the pitcher. Coughlin is next. I rode down the elevator in Atlanta with Todd the other day, and he was nice enough to carve out a little room for me in that car. He is a large man, listed at 6'4", 240. But he is an athlete. And he's throwing the ball really well right now after that stint he had on the DL. And the 0-2 goes with another breaking ball. Marlins are 6 games over 500. Game and a half ahead of Atlanta in second place. 3 behind the Phillies. Nats are battling that get back to 500 thing again. Another breaking ball outside. They're in the 5th inning now at Atlanta, and the Phillies on Ryan Howard's first inning homer still lead 3-1. Volstad's getting some licks in here. He singled in the second inning, then had that bizarre sacrifice fielder's choice bunt in the 4th. And the ball came up and hit his hand while he was in foul territory, but the umpires didn't see it, and they gave him the live bunt for the sacrifice. 2-2, target away. Might be time for some cheese. It was a fastball. Desmond waits for it and tosses him out. Solutions that help you achieve your financial goals. PNC, for the achiever in you, with our minor league report. And it's hard not to check in with Bryce Harper on almost a daily basis, hitting just under 300. 30 RBIs in 32 games, and you put the homers and the doubles together, that leads to a lot of extra base hits, on base percentage plus slugging.
I don't think that 295 is right. I think he's 395.
We'll double check that.
Let's check that.
I know he was. Pardon us, it is 395. He is not overmatched, Ray, in his first stop in professional baseball.
You know, he got off to a slow start that first week, and everybody started moaning and groaning, and then he hit a home run, then he hit 2 doubles, then he walked a couple of times, and then
he got then he got
hot.
Yeah. Then he got contact lenses, and nobody's been able to get him out. That went off the glove of Hairston, and hustling for 2 is Coughlin. Jerry Hairston with a headlong dive. Then he tosses his glove away in disgust, as if to say, why didn't you hold on to the ball, you piece of leather? Would have been a spectacular play.
Just not quite long enough. He's got one of those probably 7-inch gloves. He had a 9-inch glove. Might have had a chance to catch that thing, but that ball's always slicing toward the foul line when a left-handed hitter hits it.
There we go. Last time I checked, his on-base percentage was out of sight.
Hey,
it's amazing how long before he's in Woodbridge, Virginia. There's a pop-up to Hairston. I think Jerry's glove will hold this one. And that's it for the Marlins in the top of the 6th inning. It'll be Nick, Espinosa, and Hairston in a tie game. Bottom of the sixth, single, homer tonight. Hey, Ray, why don't you take a nice long drive in a Ford?
Oh, wouldn't I like to? I wish I could have hit one this far.
Wow.
I mean, he is so strong. That swing is compact, and what I've noticed about Lance Nix, when he gets a ball that's a good ball to hit, he hits it hard. He is aggressive. He does swing at bad pitches on occasion, but that's a part of his mindset. He's going up there, swinging the bat, and if it's a fastball, it's almost thou shalt not pass.
22 for 73 on the year. Tyler Clippard getting ready. Todd Coffey's given the Nats 4 good outs here, with help from Bernadina on the first one. And it's 1-1 to Nix.
And he may not see a hittable fastball. He started him off with the curveball, then the changeup.
By the way, Nix 8 for 19 in those last 5 games. Here's the Nats box. You're going to see lots of production out of the leadoff spot. Isn't that refreshing? Ian Desmond has an RBI. The middle is quiet, but then Nix, and especially Jerry Hairston Jr., along with Bernadina, doing some good damage here. Nix, did he check his swing? He did not, and he's gone. Strikeout number 6 for Volstad.
Well, he's so aggressive with his hands. You're going to see right here that home plate, he's way past that front knee. His front knee is generally going to be right around the home plate. Ball gets past, his hands get out past that front knee, and he's committed.
That's Burt Badenhop, with the Marlins recalled from the minor leagues while the Nats were in Florida last week. Here's Danny Espinosa, who's lined out hard to right, walked and scored. Nats 6, 7, and 8 hitters have been on base 5 times today. Numbers 1 and 2 hitters 4 times. '95th pitch from Volstad is in there.
7th this inning, not one fastball. Changeups, breaking balls, or that sinker. There's a fastball.
Now here's what FP and I have been talking about quite a bit lately with Danny Espinosa. What is his approach now on 2 strikes?
His approach should be look for the fastball away and adjust to the breaking ball. Do not try to think middle in, because that makes you just swing too hard.
And that was a breaking ball that got him. He has struck out 35 times this year. That's 7 for Volstad tonight. And as the 9 o'clock hour arrives on a Friday the 13th here in Natstown, it'll be Jerry Hairston coming up. Ray Knight's with us tonight. FP Santangelo is not feeling well. We wish him well, and drink plenty of liquids, FP, and take it easy over there in Crystal City tonight. We'll see you back at the ballpark ASAP. Here's Hairston. And Ray, of course, over the years always steps in when one of us is off, taking a little time away, or illness intervenes. And Ray, great to have you up here tonight.
It's good to be up here, Bob. I always enjoy getting out here and being close to the action, and always enjoy spending time with you.
I know you missed Johnny Holiday, but we're glad you're with us. That's a 1-2-3. If that's it for Volstad, he finishes well. On to the 7th in a tie game. for. First game of the 3-game weekend series. Game 2's tomorrow at 1. Anibal Sanchez shut out the Nats on Sunday. 6-0 career. Levon, by the way, will go over 3,000 career innings tomorrow. He better. He's within 3 1/3 of doing that. And Levon in his career 13-11 in 33 starts against the Marlins. Nets Extra, half hour before the game and after the game. We'll join you from the ballpark here at 1 o'clock. First pitch from Levon Hernandez at 1:05. Todd Coffey, Hanley Ramirez. On to the 7th inning here. Braves have just scored 2 in the 5th to tie the Phillies at 3. And the Mets, only a game behind the Nats, trail 1-0 at Houston. What to do about Gabby? He's next, then John Buck. Middle of their order has been amazing tonight. The top and the bottom of the Nats order has been impressive. Fastball inside, 2-1. Up the middle, but Espinosa's going to get there. Circles behind it, gets plenty on the throw. That's a big-time defensive play. And by the way, we should note, the Nationals are up to 9th in the National League in team defense, Ray, after being dead last about 3 weeks ago.
Well, this is not a routine play. He's beginning to make it look routine as he circles the ball, fields it on his left foot, makes a hard pivot on his right foot and throws that thing over there very accurately. You know, he reminds me a lot of Brett Boone, who I felt was the best defensive second baseman that I had seen play. And I saw Lou Whitaker, I saw Joe Morgan. Joe just did not quite have the arm that these kids have, but that's high cotton when you're talking about those type of players. But he certainly makes those plays. You know, he came up as a shortstop, so he's used to moving and catching the ball on the run.
And by the way, this at bat might be the key to the rest of this game. Gabby Sanchez, 2 for 2, 2-run homer, a base hit, walked intentionally in between. And right now hitting .345. Pretty good breaking ball. Too bad it didn't stay fair. Ramos was all over it. Switch to Fios and network ahead. To learn more, visit Verizon.com/getFios. Our Verizon Fios today in baseball history. A-Rod, 5th youngest to hit 200 home runs. Mel Ott, the great Brave, Eddie Matthews, Jimmy Fox, and the Mick all did it younger than Alex Rodriguez did. May 13th, 10 years ago. Clippard has been up for a while. Coffey up and away from Gabby Sanchez. Everything he does looks very hitterish right now. He's on every pitch, watching everything into the mitt when he doesn't swing.
Just very quiet. He's very quiet at the plate. Just lets his hands do the work.
I didn't realize he was 6 for his last 6 against the Nats. He did close out that game Sunday. Oh my. 2nd inning double, 4th inning double, 5th inning 3-run homer, 7th inning single, and then finally the Nats walked him in the 8th. He is locked in. Big strong guy, 27 years old, out of Miami.
Just possesses the one thing that great hitters possess, the ability to get a good ball to hit. You seldom see him swing at a pitch that's a bad ball.
Last year he led National League rookies in doubles, RBIs, extra base hits, and total bases. Had only played in 26 games over 2 years before that. And he gets a little frisky, and Todd Coffey strikes him out on a pitch that's way outside. That's one of the few bad at-bats Gabby Sanchez has had lately.
Well, that's just a devastating pitch there. A slider that starts right in the corner of the strike zone and then just makes a left-hand turn. Tough pitch to read.
Edwin Rodriguez watching his catcher, John Buck, step in. 1 for 3. A homer. And then a line out to Bernadina. 2 batters before the ultimate one to Bernadina on the drive by Stanton back in the 5th. Todd Coffey, one more hitter to get.
Got that slider working.
He's throwing that breaking ball as well as anybody out of the bullpen in the league right now. Todd Coffey, a career ERA of 4.15 coming into this season. But he's sporting a 2.92, and it's going down. I think Roger's going to be able to grab this one in routine fashion. 7th inning stretch time at Nationals Park. Quite a ball game tonight. 4-4.
At Nationals Park, it's 4-4 as we move to the bottom of the inning. Now, it is Friday the 13th. Baseball players are known for their superstitions. Wade Boggs used to eat chicken before every game. Steve McCatty always jumped over the white line when he pitched. And Drew Storen on this ball club is known a little bit for his superstitions.
Somewhat. I believe in a routine. If I don't know if it's a superstition thing, but if I do my routine and I stick to do the same thing every day, then I feel comfortable. I don't know about luck as much as a routine. I don't know. My big thing is, even if I am superstitious about something, I can't tell you. So, because if I tell you, it ruins it.
All right, well, Drew's locker mate, Tyler Clippard, did reveal to me that Drew eats 2 grilled cheese sandwiches before every game. Meanwhile, Tyler wears the same shirt, necklace, undershirt, shoes, socks, and, of course, those same glasses every time he pitches. Bob?
So, Debbie, was there anybody else on the team that you talked to that might have done something really unusual?
Matt Stairs.
Oh, yeah?
Today is Friday the 13th. Baseball is such a superstitious game for some. Any superstitions that you've heard about along the way or that you have?
Talking to media.
Talking to the media. Okay, Max Stairs, you gotta love him. This is why this team is so great. He is such a great personality. He's always joking around with everybody. And let's see what he does right here, Bob.
You know, Debbie, if you would have asked him about hockey, he would have stuck around a little longer. He is totally into the Stanley Cup playoffs these days. Here's Ryan Webb, who takes over for the Marlins. Bottom of the 7th. Matt Stairs, 1 hit with the Nats. Still looking for that first RBI. Marlins will play a shift as Hanley Ramirez goes up the middle. And there's a knock. That's right where the shortstop usually stands. And Matt Stairs says, go ahead and go up the middle. I'll put one right through the shortstop. Now he has 2 hits for the Nats. And pitcher Jason Marquis will run for him.
He has such a great stroke. That ball's going away from him. Everybody talks about Stairs being a dominant pull hitter, but the ball goes away. He just drives it right through that hole. Nice piece of hitting, good stroke. Nats in business.
Jason Marquis, a good athlete, pinch running. But not the first time that's happened this year. 99 pitches, 62 strikes for Chris Volstad in 6 innings.
Will he bunt him over here?
Gabby Sanchez better hope he does. If he pulls the ball, he might be Krabby Sanchez.
They were charging from everywhere, and Roger did not show any signs of bunting.
And Webb really held on to the ball for a long time.
And that allowed Gabby to hit to about 30 feet. Well, that wouldn't dress you in a hurry. One of those line drives hit you around the belt buckle.
Roger Bernadina 3 for 3 tonight. Now batting .348. They're not charging early this time, and that's ball 2. Nats and the Marlins dead even. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for both clubs. Florida led 3-0 after the top of the first inning. The Nats battle back with a run in the third, 3 in the fourth.
Now, as a leadoff hitter, you must make him throw a strike here. You can't chase anything soft, nothing up, nothing out away from you. 2-0 pitch, you got him in the hole. Same way here. Now you almost take a strike, and some great leadoff hitters would take 2 strikes in order to get that runner down at second base. But I wouldn't be surprised. Well, not with Jason on first base. 3-1. Good hit and run count with a guy that makes a lot of ground ball contact.
That'll be a borderline strike on the outside corner. Top of the order here. Bernadina drives another one. It knocks down Hanley Ramirez out at first. What an amazing double play. Bernadina couldn't hit the ball much harder. Hanley Ramirez gloving it and turning an outstanding 6-4-3 for the Marlins.
This is where if you do have your runners in motion, could have put Hanley in a little different fielding position. But again, with Jason Marquis over there, you're not going to do it. He makes just a tremendous stab. Nice backhanded throw. One-handed pivot. And, about as close as it gets over there at first base.
Well,
that's
team.
4 rocket. Well, the bunt, and then 3 rockets that Rogers hit tonight.
One team pushing the other to see who can play better tonight. Here's Desmond now with the bases empty. He was late for a front door breaking ball that time. Randy Choate, one of their 2 lefties. Mike Dunn, the other.
Ian, his first at bat. Watch how he gets here, puts his head right on the ball. Short stroke, stays there, does not try to do too much, and then on the right side he strikes out as he swings way too hard. Now his head's on the ball, but watch how he spins out. And so much effort on the upper body. That's with 2 strikes. That's what I like to see. He and Danny Espinosa both cut down that swing just a tad with 2 strikes.
Breaking ball right down the middle. Looked like a promising inning. Now it's into the 8th inning, still tied at 4. On Masson, brought to you by Verizon 4G LTE. Rule the air on the most advanced 4G network in the world. Man, they're flying across the bridge to Arlington tonight. Connecting Arlington and the Lincoln Memorial. Beautiful evening in our nation's capital. 63 degrees. Weather holding off nicely. $1 Monday. Now the dollar tickets are sold out when the battling Bucks are here Monday night. But you can get a hot dog for $1, peanuts, popcorn, parking. It's all $1 each. Select seating available. Some restrictions apply while supplies last. And there are some tickets at $10 for Monday night. And there are $2 tickets for Tuesday. Check it all out at nationals.com. And especially check it out if you want to know where you can park for $1 on Monday. We don't want you to be driving all around Southeast if you're not going in the right direction. Not all the lots are offering that $1 parking. Top of the 8th. Tyler Clippard in to face Logan Morrison. First pitch changeup had him way out ahead. Morrison's only 23 years of age, out of Maple Woods Community College in Kansas City, where a kid named Pujols played. Went on the DL April 22nd because of a sprain of the arch of his left foot. They have fitted him with some orthotics so he can play pain-free. Hit by a pitch last time. The last pitch that Tom Gorzolani threw. Off-speed pitch again. He was way out ahead. Interesting story about Morrison. His dad didn't know anything about baseball. He went to the library and checked out Charlie Lau's book, The Art of Hitting, and he and his son learned together. Played some high school baseball down in Louisiana. Family moved to Kansas City. He was a 22nd rounder for the Marlins 6 years ago. Now Mike Dunna's up, their other lefty. Clippard up and in, 2-2. A large man in the on-deck circle is Mike Stanton. Target away. Morrison launches one to right. Worth is looking, and it is into the seats. And now, looking back on last night and now tonight, the Nationals pitching staff suddenly having a hard time keeping the ball in the yard. For Morrison, his 5th. That gives him an 11-game hitting streak.
He's going down and away, and he gets the ball back to the middle of the plate, belt high. And as FP says, he missed about 4 gloves right there. Wanting to try to put him away with the fastball a little off the plate, away. And he threw it right down the chute.
Clippard gives up his 2nd home run this week. Gave up that bomb to Dan Uggla in Atlanta on Tuesday night that made that ball game close before the Nats held on to win 7-6. 4 Florida homers by their 4, 5, 6, and 7 hitters tonight. Crowd of just under 20,000 here tonight. 19,503. They have seen a roller coaster ride for the last 2 hours and 20 minutes. Number 8 hitter Omar Infante is next. Nobody out here in the 8th. They take some swings, don't they?
Yeah, they don't leave anything back there.
Stanton has homered in between drives to center tonight. Clippard with a perfect changeup, freezing the hitter on a 3-2 count. 1 out here in the 8th.
Sets up, down and in, shifts there, throws the ball right in that corner. It's just, not only is it a great location, but taking a lot off the fastball, throwing a changeup, locating it. That doesn't bode too well to a hitter.
Almost looked like Stanton tried to jump up so the pitch would be low. He was rung up by then. And there's outfielder Scott Cousins to hit 4. Ryan Webb next. It's an 8-inning game when you play the Marlins because Leo Nunez is tied for the league lead in saves. So the Nats will have to make some noise in the bottom of the 8th with Worth, LaRoche, and Ramos. Leo Nunez has 12 saves on the year. And it's 0-2 now to Omar Infante. He'll hit one in the air out to left field. It'll bring Lance Nix in. Tonight's copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Scott Cousins as a pinch hitter, 1 for 7 this year, hitting $161 with a homer. Hit .297 for the Marlins in 37 at bats last year, 3rd rounder in 06 out of the University of San Francisco, a school not known for a lot of major league talent, but a former West Coast Conference Player of the Year. Clippard's got a good changeup going. That one moving down and away from the lefty.
It's great arm motion. Looks like a fastball, fades away, just kills it 80 miles an hour. Off of his 95-mile-an-hour heater. Got that one up a little.
And the count goes to 1-2. Tyler Clippard trying to get this game into the bottom of the 8th. He goes fastball up and away for the strikeout. Some damage done, though, with the Morrison homer. Jason Worth, Adam LaRoche, and Wilson Ramos ahead for the Nats. 5-4. broadcast on Masson, brought to you by your local Ford dealer. Beautiful night in Washington, D.C. The Nats now down by a run. Bottom of the 8th, 3, 4, and 5 due up right here on crystal clear Masson Sports. Hey, for every Nats walk this season, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to the Boys and Girls Club of Greater D.C. $119 on the year for almost $6,000. And they would like to encourage each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Left-hander Mike Dunn for the Florida Marlins. It'll be his 17th appearance. In 15 innings, he's only given up 6 hits and an ERA of 1.76. Hey, you give up Dan Uggla, you're going to get something in return. Mike Dunn and Omar Infante came to the Marlins from the Braves in that transaction, and he has been very good for them.
Well, you get an everyday second baseman and a guy that can come in and match up well late in the ball game, that has an excellent fastball, curveball, throws an occasional changeup.
Jason Worth has struck out twice and bounced out tonight. And he looks at the first one. It is low and inside. That will sail just outside 2-0. Jason Worth, we really thought he came alive in Atlanta with the homers on Tuesday night and Wednesday. Tough ball game last night. 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts and 0 for 3 tonight. He'll take that one way outside. 3-0. Adam LaRoche is 0 for 3. Wilson Ramos is 0 for 3. Nats looking for somebody in the middle of the lineup to do damage tonight. .30 pitch. He'll toss his bat, but he'll catch it. He'll have to come back on a pitch that evidently was low, but in the strike zone.
Yeah, it's not a pitch he wants to swing at or offer at. Right there at the bottom of the strike zone, a little bit outside part of the plate. To a hitter, that's a long way from the eyes, and oftentimes you think it's a ball.
3-1, hitters count. And Worth leveled off and fouled it straight back. Brian Broderick for the Nats, Drew Storen. It'll be Broderick in the ninth if the Nats are behind. Then maybe Storen if the game is tied, or certainly if Washington's ahead. Worth will take the walk. Catcher John Buck jumped out to appeal, but that was not a swing. And the Nats have their leadoff man aboard in the bottom of the 8th. That'll bring up a lefty-lefty matchup now with Mike Dunn and Adam LaRoche.
Well, their whole approach was not to give Jason anything middle in, and they stayed on that outside part of the plate or off the plate that entire at bat. Now you have the runner holding him on. First base will be the place where you can drive the ball by at first base, because there'll be a big hole over there as Gabby comes off as hard as about any first baseman in the league, though.
Yeah.
But with a no double situation late in the ball game, he just made a pivot and stayed right there in the spot that he started in, not wanting the ball to get down there in the corner and allow Worth to score from first base.
Braves scored a run, bottom of the 6th, now lead the Phillies 4-3 down in Atlanta. And the 0-1 to LaRoche. Infield playing slightly to pull. And Mike Dunn will miss outside with a breaking ball. It's 1-1. Been a tough night for Wilson Ramos. He's 0 for 3. When Worth walked a moment ago, first time one of the big three's been on base tonight. Jason Worth is a good base runner. He has stolen 5 out of 6 this year. Burke Badenhop is up for the second time tonight for the Marlins. And Worth getting a lot of attention. And LaRoche will take the fastball under his hands, ball 2.
Marlins outfield just straight away. Center fielder just on the pull side of second base, but that is a straightaway situation. Left fielder dead at home. Straight line between first and second. Right fielder maybe slightly pull.
LaRoche, a flare down the left field line. That's a long run and a foul ball. Logan Morrison, no chance to get there. Ball about 3 or 4 feet foul in that cozy corner down there. We've been talking about Masson Mobile Live. If you'd like the latest breaking news on the Nats, text Nationals to 29292. It'll go straight to your cell phone. Message and data rates may apply. Find out what Jim Riggleman's latest move is. It might have said Roger Bernadina just made the best catch in the history of Nationals Park a couple of innings ago. Probably lets you know that Jason Worth is on first base right now, leading off the bottom of the 8th. Great take by Adam LaRoche on a fastball tailing in near his hands. And Mike Dunn now is in danger of walking the first 2 batters. All right, Mr. Ex-manager, do you do anything with the base runner here? The catcher's got a batter to his right for that tough throw to second base.
Yeah, if you feel like through your history with these two people face each other, you start the runner.
Worth is holding, and that's ball 4. Adam LaRoche with a good at bat, and now the tying runs at second base with nobody out.
Mike Dunn very quick to the plate though, Bob, not giving that base runner much of a chance to get any kind of jump.
And there's former Nationals pitching coach Randy St. Clair in the Marlins dugout. They're trying to set things up for Leo Nunez, one of the best closers in baseball. Interesting situation now here, Ray. Big, strong, power-hitting young catcher. Is he bunting after a long conference with third base coach Bo Porter?
Well, this late in the game, the baseball book says you bunt, but you can't ask a man to bunt if that's not something he's accomplished at doing. So the right thing to do is bunt here and get runners at second and third, and then let their manager do whatever he has to do with the bullpen and the matchups. It's all going to boil down to whether Riggleman thinks that Ramos can put the bat on the ball in a good spot to advance the runners over.
By the way, Wilson Ramos has 0 career sacrifice bunts.
Very difficult to ask a hitter to do something he's not accustomed to doing.
And as long as Mike Dunn continues to fall behind hitters, the Nats can be patient and wait for a good ball to hit here.
And you have a right-handed, left-handed matchup. The only negative to this thing swinging the bat is that Ramos doesn't run well and he hits a lot of ground balls. So one pitch could get you 2 outs. But it also gives you 3 opportunities to drive in the run from second base.
A little late for that 94-mile-an-hour heater. Dangerous left-handed hitter. Lance Nix on deck.
You see that ball's a little by him, just a tad tardy. As well as Ramos hits the ball to right field, it would be nice to see him try to force the ball to the right side here to stay out of a double play.
There is a double play ball. Not a good relay from the third baseman, but Infante turns it, and that is a rally killer. Jason Worth over to third with 2 outs.
Yeah, tough spot. You get yourself in a tough spot sometimes as a manager just because of where the hitter falls in the batting order. And certainly the only other option you have is to pinch hit there, pinch hit a guy that can bunt the guys over. Now you have Pudge in the game, your last catcher. But we're late enough in the ball game, in my estimation, when you're looking for just 3 outs, and you'd figure if you can put a run on the board that you're extending the game, and if you get 2 runs, and you've got enough firepower out there to close it out.
This would be a tough matchup for Lance Nix. Hard-throwing left-hander. Good breaking ball for a strike. And by the way, the Nationals tonight have 1 base hit since the 4th inning when Roger Bernadina's double tied the game. So their offense has been really quieted down by Volstad, Webb, and now Dunn. And it's strike 2 to Lance Nix. And you're not talking about a guy right here who's going to shorten up his swing on 2 strikes and try to bump the ball over to the left side. He's still going to be in attack mode here. Lance Nix with 1 out back in the 4th, crushing this ball into the upper deck. And as he usually does, he just puts his head down and heads for first base.
Well, this tells you right here the confidence that Jim Riggleman is building in Lance Nix. You have Morse over there who started the season as the everyday right fielder.
Yeah,
with a matchup against the left-hander, but then they would counter with a right-hander from the bullpen. You could bet your life on that. So Jim decides to go with Lance Nix, who is swinging the bat as well as anybody right now. All it takes is 1 mistake. Bouncing ball in the dirt wouldn't be too bad. Run on back to the National Park sign back there.
Lance Nix, fair ball into the right field corner. This game is tied. Nix going to second. And the left fielder has done it again.
And that's what you have to feel from that dugout. If a man is swinging the bat well, if he sees everybody well, you can't take the bat out of his hand. You give him a shot, and he hits a hanging breaking ball, pulls it down that line. Once again, hits it so sharply that the great fielding Sanchez cannot make the play. Pulls in the second for his double. And now he has a home run, single, double, 3 knocks, 2 RBIs.
Runners in scoring position numbers are fantastic. And Lance Nix is now batting .307.
And we have a tie ball game.
RBI number 15. And here's Danny Espinosa with a chance to put the Nats on top. He swings right through a fastball. 96 from Mike Dunn. Wow.
Have you seen, I mean, Danny's not, he's not small in that he's not slight build. He's very, very strong hands. But I don't know that I've seen a guy as small as him since maybe Jose Cardinal that swings that hard.
Yeah.
I mean, he is just launching that bat, and I suspect that over time he will have a little bit more control swing.
By the way, Brian Broderick has put his warm-up on, his sweatshirt. Now it's just, it'll be Drew Storen for the 9th. 0-2 to Danny Espinosa. That's right down the middle. Nationals taking lots of called third strikes again tonight. If it wasn't for Lance Nix, where would this offense be right now? tie ball game once you get to the ninth. Home closer can't get a save, so why not use him and keep the game close? We'll talk about Drew in a moment. You can take the Nats with you wherever you go this season. MLB.tv, every Nationals game live or on demand on your computer and your favorite device. Go to Nationals.com to get details and order. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. First, the Nats will bring in Alex Cora to bat ninth and play third base. That'll move Jerry Hairston over to second. And then the pitcher batting in the number 7 spot will be the Nationals closer, Drew Storen, who Ray has been untouchable now for the better part of a month.
Well, he possesses so many great qualities aside from his great arm. He has a mind that understands what you have to do to set hitters up. He studies the game so well that he knows what a hitter's strength is, what the weakness is, and he just tries to pound those weaknesses. He has a great fastball at 95-96. He can throw it four seam or run it, sink it, and then a slider that just turns almost inside out. So quick, so sharp. And he has done a phenomenal job.
Top of the order for the Marlins in the ninth, Chris Coghlan. Double off the glove of Jerry Hairston Jr. last time. He's 1 for 4. Bonifacio and Ramirez to follow here in the ninth. And Drew goes outside 2-0. Target low and away. He hits it perfectly for a strike.
Isn't that interesting how Ramos gives a target on the outside black as opposed to down the middle, because he knows that Drew Storen has the capabilities of throwing the ball to those small spots. He doesn't sit up down the middle. He's sitting up. Now he's down the middle, inside third.
That ball hit hard to right, but it's right at Jason Worth. You always hope the outfielder won't have to battle the lights on a ball like that, and Jason gathered that in. Bonifacio coming in. I'm not sure we can ever see enough of this play by Roger Bernadina on Mike Stanton.
No, Mike Stanton is there sitting watching that ball. He thought that he got enough of that ball to get it off the wall or either out of the ballpark, but the just great jump, acrobatic play, turned at the right angle on a ball that was truly smoked. I mean, unless you're here to see that thing, you could hear the crack of the bat.
Yeah.
But a center fielder doesn't know the ball hit right at him, whether or not that ball is going to be in front of him or way over his head. And he just turned just almost inside out and sprinted to a spot, leaped, and caught the ball in the last 3 inches of his glove.
You know what? People don't really talk about much about Bernadina. He's 26 years old. He won't be 27 till June 12th. He's been in the organization for 10 years. He signed with Montreal at the age of 17 back in 01. He is one of the true organization guys here. That is unreal. 0-2 to Bonifacio now. Target low. Drew Storen throws the killer slider and strikes him out.
That's a good name for it, right? The killer.
And with 2 outs now, it'll be Hanley Ramirez.
Just look how quickly this ball turns down. Right there, yank! And when you watch the traction of that ball, the track of the ball, it has just about the quickest, sharpest break. Tim Foley told me last year that he had not seen a slider as quick since Mark Littell when he was with the Kansas City Royals, and that goes back to the mid-70s.
What was the noise that slider made again?
I don't know, something special.
I thought you saw a mouse when you said that. That was a yacker. Hanley Ramirez 2 for 4 tonight with a base hit, a run scored, and a double.
Good gracious. Come on. That pitch right there is going to split the strike zone. There is, oh, it went away. See, that's that little angle we have.
That's a good pitch, though.
Good.
When you're ahead, that is a really good pitch. 0-1, 0-2. That was right over the plate, and it was not caught on the ground. Now, this has to be a strike.
I'm going to the house if this isn't a strike. See, I get to stay.
All right, don't leave yet. Hanley Ramirez can't catch up with 96 up and in.
Well, he's going to end up getting 4 strikes in this at bat. And he doesn't know what to do right now. He's wanting to dial mama because the guy's throwing 96, 97 out there and got a shoe top drop, a slider that's making a left-hand turn.
Two balls and 2 strikes here in the 9th. He goes fastball, and Hanley Ramirez very late for it.
Hanley's thinking breaking ball and fouls it back over the dugout.
By the way, that game in Atlanta, the Phillies scored in the 7th, tying the Braves 4-4. Some great battles in the East tonight here in Washington. Marlins Nationals 5-5, top of the 9th.
Throwing the hook here. He'll swing at that hook. Unless it just locks him up.
That's got to be strike 3. Hanley knows it.
Awesome.
And this ball game is into the bottom of the 9th. Drew Storen does it again. And the Nats have a chance to walk off.
Holiday along with Ben Getsley. We'll be with you right after this ball game. Well, we've got some tremendous defensive plays tonight and lots of clutch hitting from guys like Bernadina and Lance Nix.
Yeah, 2 guys that have been trying to fight their way into this lineup, really kind of putting the team on their back tonight. A nice job by Roger Bernadina to get on base a few times in the big double. And obviously that catch is something we're going to be watching on the highlight shows for quite a while. And Lance Nix, again, is proven he should be in the lineup every day. It's been a good game for them, and we'll see how it turns out here.
Well, the Nats are 5-3 in last at-bat wins this year. Let's send you back upstairs to Bob and to Ray. And a little bit of talk about Lance Nix. He drove in the game-winning, or the tie run in the last inning with that RBI double.
Keeps getting the job done, Johnny. Thanks, Ben. Our Verizon Wireless update from the studio here at the ballpark as this one goes bottom 9. Roger Bernadina having an amazing night. The Marlins have hit 4 home runs, but they may not win the game. We shall see. Lance Nix, 3 for 4. He has been unstoppable tonight.
4th inning, gets it. Looks like a breaking ball that he goes down and gets. Drives it up there in the second deck, about 3 rows deep. And that put the Nats down by 2. And then he comes up there in the 8th inning. Left-handed pitcher. Rips that ball down the right field line. He's a happy camper as the Nationals tie the game up 5-5. Everything looks pretty even on the board. 5 hits, 5 runs for each ball club. 10 hits apiece. No errors.
Bert Badenhop, 2 appearances, an inning and 2/3 unscored upon so far. He throws a first pitch breaking ball for a strike to Jerry Hairston. It'll be Hairston Cora who bats 9th on the double switch. And then guess who? Roger Bernadina. Little rolling ball out to Hanley Ramirez. 1 out. Alex Cora will step in. Nationals.com/tickets. You can find out more about all the $1 stuff happening Monday night. The $2 Tuesday coming up when the Pirates are in town Monday and Tuesday. And by the way, we had a discussion in Atlanta about Alex Cora and that infamous 18 pitch at bat he had before hitting a home run. We had a fan email in that claimed that back in the early 70s, Horace Clark of the New York Yankees had a 21 pitch at bat and then hit a home run. Well, they didn't officially start keeping pitch counts until 1987. So that may have happened with Horace Clark and maybe a couple of other guys. That ball is hit well by Cora, and it is run down by Stanton out in the gap for the second out. But as far as we know, Alex is at bat, at least officially, because of them keeping track of pitch counts since 1987, is the standard. Well, what else is Roger Bernadina going to do tonight? Three for 4, a stolen base, 2 RBIs, and he takes one up and away for a ball. That ball tailing away from him, he fouls it out of play. Nationals got to the ballpark at 2:30 this morning after flying in from Dulles. Most of the guys got to bed between 3 a.m. and 3:30. And there is a possibility of a you-know-what for the 3rd consecutive night if Bernadina or somebody doesn't knock in a winning run here. That's outside 2-1. Nationals had to play 2 extra inning games to wrap up the 9-game road trip. Good take by Roger, 3-1. Ian Desmond is next, 1 for 4 with an RBI tonight. I'll tell you, the Marlins don't want to walk Roger Bernadina because you know he's got to be running if they put him on first base. Badenhop continues to throw the fastball away.
And I imagine he'll be running early in the count, as Badenhop throws a lot of breaking balls too. Never been known to be real quick to the plate. I don't know if he has a step off or a slide step or a hold. I haven't seen him pitch in quite a while, but he was always a guy that felt that you could run on.
He will take the walk with 2 outs. Here's where Ian Desmond needs to be disciplined. You know, Ray, back when there were great base stealers, you always had a really good number 2 hitter behind a guy like Junior Gilliam behind Maury Wills, Ted Sizemore behind Lou Brock.
And even Julian Javier prior to that behind Lou Brock and Kurt
You had Barney Lansford hitting behind Ricky Henderson. My point is these guys have to know sometimes they have to take a pitch or two to give that runner a chance to get down to second base.
You got to give him a little time to read it, to size his lead.
He's going, but Desmond swings. And now they're going to say the ball hit him. Wait a minute. What is going on here? That was a foul ball. He was in the batter's box. And it looks like the other 3 umpires are going to overrule. I think the home plate umpire thought that John Buck caught that ball on a fly. And all the other umpires waved it up and said, no, it hit the ground.
I think you're right. But I also know that Roger had that base stolen pretty easy.
See, you know, you figure Ian Desmond's got to take that pitch. This ball clearly hits the ground.
It hits his foot also.
But you know what? If it hits his foot and doesn't hit the ground, that's a fly ball. Did the ball indeed hit the ground?
Look at that jump.
Does it hit his foot without hitting the ground and go up in the air?
I think it hit right there between his foot, his cleat.
I agree.
I think it got some ground.
You know, but you can hit a ball off your body if it never touches the ground. That's the same as a fly ball. Here's Bernadina now. And they'll throw over. Oh, he had a great jump.
Yeah, why not
really
just
did.
Why not just take a pitch? Why be anxious? Why think that you've got to make it happen on this pitch? You see him going out of the corner of your eye. Just let him go. Take a pitch. The ball was low. Been a very difficult pitch to throw on.
Ooh. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was a borderline strike call. But he didn't give it to him.
Well, it's going to be right at the bottom of the strike zone. Maybe just sinking. No, it's there.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that pitch.
If Roger can get any kind of jump here and read, he's going. Unless he does something tricky, slide step. With the jump he had the first pitch, they can't throw him out even with a pitch out. If he goes on first move and he's comfortable, he gave him the fist and the ball away, so yep, pitch out.
Yep. First base coach Dan Radisson with Roger Bernadina. Marlins outfield extremely deep in their no doubles defense. And Desmond will take a borderline strike on the outside corner. Counts even 2-2. He's going. Desmond, base hit. Bernadina goes to third. And the winning run is 90 feet away. You only wish Roger Bernadina would have been on second base when that happened.
Well, didn't let it happen, but turns out a real good at bat as he goes the opposite way, and this is something that I wish Desi would do. We just showed the last at bat where he overswung with 2 strikes. There with 2 strikes, he does exactly what he's supposed to do, make some kind of contact, let the ball get back to you a little bit so you can see it a little better, makes you have a little flatter swing, and hit that ball in the right field, and the Nationals are in business.
It's up to Jason Worth, who has struck out twice tonight and struck out 6 times in the last 2 games. That's Randy St. Clair, the pitching coach. Left-handed batter on deck is Adam LaRoche, so they're not going to necessarily pitch around Jason Worth at all. And this is where the big guys earn their money, Ray.
Yeah, and this is where the guys like to be. They like to be in this situation. Jason has a reputation that he deserved, that he's a clutch hitter, likes pressure, loves to be the man in that situation. Those last couple of years over in Philadelphia, I can't remember the times that he was able to come up in situations like this, deliver a big hit. Remember that last series we played then when you and I were working together,
yeah.
Partner? He hit everything they threw up there to him, and it didn't make any difference who was on the mound. He was so locked in. Desi will go probably.
That's a sinking fastball low.
And I say that there's nobody holding him on at first base. There's no reason for him not to get on down to second to make sure that you eliminate a play, say, in the hole that's hit in the hole by Worth. If you don't have a play at second, you might be able to beat that out, and that's the winning run, and he does go on down there. Two balls and no strikes to Jason Worth. Now, this is where you have to keyhole.
Wow, they're going to walk Worth now and take on the left-hander, Adam LaRoche.
I got to believe that they'll make a change and bring in.
Yeah, they've got a left-hander ready, Randy Choate, who was up earlier. Once the count went to 2-0, that was it.
The left-hander will be in this ball game, I believe. Rick Eckstein.
So Bert Badenhop gets the first two guys. He walks Bernadina, which changes the inning. Desmond singles to extend the inning. And then Worth walks to fill the bases. And it'll be Adam LaRoche against Randy Choate here in the bottom of the ninth. Nats are 90 feet away from a win on a Friday night. Beautiful evening on the Mall here in Washington. World War II Memorial, Washington Monument, Capitol in the distance. And just a mile and a half south of that Capitol Dome, Nationals Park, where the bases are loaded in the bottom of the ninth. This is important. One of the Nationals' most selective hitters is in the batter's box, Adam LaRoche, who has walked once tonight, 22 times on the year, and he is in the top 4 or 5 in the league in walks. So Randy Choate will have to throw him strikes.
Randy Choate, just 2 for 18 hitters against him this year, left-handers, 111. Adam LaRoche, 129 against left-handers thus far this year.
And with Bonifacio playing way off the line at third, Roger Bernadina can come a long way down the line. If a breaking ball would happen to get away, it wouldn't have to get away too far for Bernadina to score.
Not only that, with his kind of speed, and you don't see it happen that often, but you get a 25-foot lead down there and the left-hander doesn't look at you, you can steal home. It used to happen a lot more, but
way outside.
Choate has a funny delivery. He drops down, throws the ball low angle. Slider just keeps on going. Has a tough time getting that slider over for a strike. His best pitch is his fastball. Used to be a predominantly left-handed slider. Still a matchup pitcher, but predominantly slider balls. But he's dropped down almost each year and changed his arm angle. But very tough to get that slider over. He hung that one.
Yeah, that pitch was up and in, and LaRoche fouled it off. You know, that's just a location a left-handed batter doesn't expect to see a breaking ball from a left-handed pitcher.
No.
outside, 2-2.
If he stays with that breaking ball, I'm 50-50 that he'll walk him. He just has, you saw the one breaking ball strike, it was a hanger. And there was Roger giving the fake. Fastball.
And LaRoche just able to bump that thing out of
That's
play.
good hitting. That's good hitting, Bob. That's what, I mean, hitting coaches just sit over there and, you know, you shudder when you see a hitter do that positively. Guy got such a good breaking ball, but he's able to spoil the fastball and give himself another shot.
LaRoche out to second, and the ball handled by Infante. And this one's going to the 10th inning. The Nationals have stranded 8 base runners tonight. 3rd night in a row, extra baseball. Each other. They've decided to play more baseball beyond 9 innings for the 4th time this year. The Nats have won 2 of the previous 3. Quite a battle, very entertaining ball game tonight. Now it's up to the bullpens.
Great ball game. A lot of good situational hitting. Big plays defensively. Pitching settled down after that first 5 innings. And now have to face the middle of this Marlins lineup with Gabby Sanchez leading it off. And but Drew Storen still out there going for his 2nd inning. And great entertaining ball game as the last 4 or 5 have been.
Well, Nats have gone toe-to-toe with Florida twice and Atlanta over the last week. Gabby Sanchez leads off here in the 10th, and he takes a fastball upstairs from Drew Storen. So the Nats losing an extra inning ball game on the road last night. Still 5-2 in extras. Marlins this year in extra innings. Get this, they're 1-5. 0-1 on the road. I tell you, you can tell, Ray, how much every pitcher respects Gabby Sanchez right now, the way they're pitching him. They don't want to give him anything on the inner part of the plate.
Well, he's not afraid to hit the ball the other way. And anytime you have a hitter that allows the ball to get back and use the right side of the field, he just has no fear of the fastball beating him. So that allows him to take the tough breaking balls. And when a breaking ball hangs, he's able to do something with it.
2-2 pitch. Goes the other way, hits it sharply. Adam LaRose, he makes it look so easy. How impressive has he been over there this year?
Can't play that spot any better. He gets a great jump on the ball, stays down on it, and once he makes this play, it's just like, I think I heard you say, he'd be a great option quarterback one night, Bob, as he always seems to make that feed perfect. About 2 feet out in front of that pitcher, getting over there covering, and a solid baseball player.
Next up is John Buck. He's 1 for 4 with his solo homer back in the first.
Nationals very deep in the outfield, respecting the power of both Sanchez and Buck, not wanting a ball to get over their head, so that they'll have a runner in scoring position with 1 out, so they give the single in front of them away, try to keep the ball from going over their head.
That's a great fastball to the outside corner.
He's bringing it, isn't he? 95, 96.
Brian Broderick is back up for the Nats. If there would be a top of the 11th. And the Marlins have their bullpen working with a right-hander as well. Seen so much of these guys lately. That's a slider hit right off the mask of Wilson Ramos.
And Drew didn't like that. He got a little outside that pitch, did not have the break that he normally has on it, hung it a little bit, but just up enough that Buck wasn't able to do anything but foul it back.
Nats have seen a lot of Edward Mujica over the last 2 weekends. 0-2's the count with 1 out. Sounded like a broken bat. Desmond scoops it up. 2 outs. Drew Storen breaking that slider right out to the bottom of the barrel on John Buck. That'll bring up Logan Morrison, who homered leading off the 8th inning against Tyler Clippard, and a 90-plus fastball.
Well, you look up and down this lineup, and it kind of blows you away with the youth that's in the starting lineup for the Marlins. Coghlan 25, Bonifacio 25, Morrison just 23, Stanton 21. The graybeard being Buck at 30.
Yeah,
Sanchez and
Ramirez is like
Ramirez,
one of the old guys at 27.
Yeah, he and Sanchez both, so you're looking at a starting lineup that averages about 25 years old.
It's a great fastball. By the way, Morrison's home run in the 8th, the only hit the Marlins have had since the 6th inning. He had a 10-game hitting streak before he went on the DL with that foot problem, and he has extended that with his long ball tonight. Storen has him 0-2 with 2 outs in the 10th. Oh, sit down, buddy. How about that slider? It can be a killer slider when you don't swing. 1-2-3. For the Nats, Ramos, Nix, and then Drew Storen's spot. They will certainly hit for him if it goes that far. Greg Dobbs will take over and play third base for the Marlins. We'll wait and see about the double switch thing. We assume it is, because he would be the third batter in the 11th if it goes that far. And here's Edward Mujica. So the pitcher spot will be the number 6 spot where Morrison just made an out. And with Dobbs taking over at third base, that'll take Emilio Bonifacio and put him in left field. It's some good arms in this bullpen. Mujica 3-1 with a 3.63 ERA, 17 innings. Not a big strikeout guy, 9 strikeouts. Not a lot of hits either.
I read an interesting note as I was perusing our pregame material, and last year he had 12 strikeouts to 1 base on ball, which is the all-time major league, all-time National League record. Like you said, he doesn't strike out that many, but he doesn't walk anybody. So big curveball, fastball, change up.
Boy, every time Wilson Ramos looks up now, and Ray, you know this, when you're not going well, seems like every time you step in the box, it's 0-2 before you know it.
Gosh, I know that feeling. I can vaguely remember it.
Guarding the line at third is Dobbs. A very dangerous man on deck. And Ramos will take that one low and away. I don't know if Lance Nix can find a way to get a triple, but he'd have the cycle if he did. He's done everything else tonight. One ball and 2 strikes. And that looked like a splitter, maybe a changeup that strikes out Ramos. And Wilson Ramos 0 for 5 tonight. That'll bring up Lance Nix.
Well, he's hitting the ball hard. That ball right there was toasted out there in center field. He always puts his head down like a true professional does. In the 8th inning, hard double by Gabby down there at first base, scoring another run that ended up tying the ball game in the 8th inning. Lance a little bit fired up. Good matchup for him right here. Curveball, sinker. And I believe you're right, partner. I believe that was an 85-mile-an-hour splitter. That's 85 there. It's either a splitter or a sinker, but I think, because I have him as a 91, 92 guy.
Yeah, that sure had some split action on it.
Yeah. 17 innings pitched, just 3 walks.
Ooh.
Thus far this season. 10 strikeouts, 3-1 record.
Lance Nix airing things out right there.
There's that 0-2 again. Hang one.
Lance Nix swings right through it. He's gone, 2 outs. It will be Michael Moore sitting for Drew Storen.
Has to be a split. The ball coming out of his hand like that, with that much downward action.
Michael Moore, sort of the forgotten man of this offense these days. 0 for 5 as a pinch hitter, hitting .235 with a couple of homers and 11 RBIs. And just as he was warming up the bat a couple of weeks ago, then the knee got him. Looked like a front door changeup that stayed up and in.
Nothing but soft stuff thus far.
And they play him way around to the right of the outfield. Michael hits one deep to center. This ball is heading for the wall. It is off the wall. It'll deflect to the left fielder, Bonifacio, and the Nationals miss a win by a foot or 2. Michael Moore's cranking one about 405 or more to dead center field.
He hits this ball so hard, he poses a little bit, puts his hand up in the air. Hey, it's a long way out there, big boy. Long way right there as he hits it about 3-4 feet from the bobbing wall at the deepest part of the ballpark.
Well, we saw Alex Gonzalez do that in Atlanta last night. He got thrown out at second base on a ball off the left field wall. That'll get Hairston to the plate. I mean, if Michael Morse hits that ball 10 feet to the left or 10 feet to the right,
easy.
He can raise his arm and celebrate a win.
Well, he knew he hit it hard enough. He just didn't know he hit it right there in the deepest part of the park.
Hairston has 2 hits tonight. Jerry's 2 for 4 with a single double and 2 runs scored. That'll be a fastball inside corner right there.
Yeah, I was watching that ball game last night, and Gonzalez hits that ball. Michael gets the ball off the wall, throws him out at second base, and he never started running until he got to about 2 steps from first base. He was jogging the whole way.
Oh, that's a good pitch to take. I don't know how he did it. Winning run at second base with 2 outs in the 10th. Jerry Hairston's driven in 8 runs for the Nats this year.
Big runs, too. He's got a lot of base hits in situations like this.
He is swinging the bat well. He's 11 for his last 28 over 8 games.
Well, he shortened his stroke. He was swinging, and that comes from not playing a lot as he was thrust into that position earlier in the season and came out of there swinging hard, didn't have his timing or his rhythm, and now as he's begun to play more and more, he's very much more rhythmic at the plate. That timing, he's somewhere always around the baseball.
Keep in mind, Morris is not a blazer at second base with that bad knee. That ball will hang up and be caught by Stanton. And we're going to the top of the 11th inning. Nationals have stranded 9. And the Marlins this year, can we? 4th time these clubs have gone to extra innings. This one to at least the 11th. It'll be Stanton, Infante, and Dobbs. And for the Nats, rookie Brian Broderick will come in. His 10th appearance. That ERA skewed very high because of his major league debut, but he's been pretty solid lately. Mike Stanton leads off, but it wasn't for Roger Bernadina. Now, 5-6 innings ago, we might not still be playing.
It just doesn't, it just gets better and better. Doesn't lose any of its appeal, does it?
Hot shot, left side. Alex Cora throws him out. You know, that catch looks better every time I see it. Quick out for Broderick. You say one thing about Brian Broderick. He does pitch to contact. He goes after hitters.
Great movement on his fastball.
Yeah, in 11 innings, he's walked 3 guys, given up 14 hits. but the ERA is on its way down. Here's Omar Infante, 1 for 4.
Yeah. It started at 54 after that game in Atlanta, right on April the 3rd. Went to 23, 16, 12, 8, 7, 6. A low of 6-10 before his last outing against Marlins.
Even Desmond can't reach that one. Omar Infante, lead run on base for the Marlins with Greg Dobbs coming in. And Dobbs has been very good for them. I told you Donnie Murphy's been hurt at third base. Dobbs has stepped in and hit .338. All right, let's see. An hour and a half left in this day. And then 13 hours until first pitch tomorrow. So we're about 14 and a half hours away from Lee Vaughn throwing first pitch against the Marlins tomorrow. 105 Mass in HD. Anibal Sanchez. Nats owe him one. He pitched beautifully against Washington on Sunday. So here's Dobbs, who made his name as a late inning pinch hitter for the Phillies. Started his career 3 years, very little playing time in Seattle. Phillies actually picked him up on waivers from the Mariners prior to the 07 season. Top of the order next with Chris Coughlin. 1-on-1 out here. Broderick really slowing things down suddenly. And that's a fastball high in the zone.
Infante, 3 stolen base attempts this season, 2 successfully. Not one to run very often.
Marlins don't run a whole lot. 17 steals, 13 caught stealing coming into the game. They're barely over 60%. Dobbs fouls one off to the left. Five 11-0 Florida, 5-12-0 Washington. He had a 1-2 pitch with a short lead at first.
Dobbs had a couple of huge years in Philadelphia in 2007, 2008. He hit 272 and 301 coming off the bench with 95 total RBIs. Then he fell off last year, and Phillies decided to let him move on as he hit just 196.
Yeah, they basically replaced him with Ross Glode, who was with the Marlins after some pretty good days with the White Sox. And by the way, speaking of the Phillies, they're in the bottom of the ninth at Atlanta, leading 5-4 with Ryan Madsen on the mound, and the Braves have 1 on, 1 out. One ball and 2 strikes to Dobbs. Hooks one, fair ball, right field corner.
Trouble.
Will Infante score? Worth grabs it with a bare hand. The runner's coming, and he is saved.
Oh!
He must have reached around the tag because the ball beat him. Ramos was waiting, and somehow Infante eluded the tag. Marlins lead 6-5. Jason Worth played this beautifully in the corner.
And Espinosa makes a great, actually Hairston makes a great throw on the relay. Little bit off center.
According to...
See, if you don't swipe the second time, if you just go ahead and make that swipe, right? Has he touched the plate yet? Jeez.
Wilson Ramos, if he'd laid the mitt down near the plate.
How about that Exmo? Yeah, if he just sweeps back to the plate, that's the only place he can be safe. You don't have to go reaching toward the runner.
That's one of the best plays by a base runner you will see at home plate. And that ball
tremendous camera work too, buddy. How about that? Look at here. He's got him, but he's reaching for him. He's got to get to the plate, so he needs to drop his glove right straight down there, and he would have had him. But what he did, he chased him, and then he hadn't touched the plate. Finally touches the plate. Kyle, you got to know where the plate is. Drop the glove on the plate. Swipe it right there at the plate.
Dobbs, of course, a double RBI for him. And the Marlins lead 6-5. Unbelievable play by Infante. The throw from Hairston was just a little bit off, but it was certainly there in plenty of time. You just have to give a lot of credit to the base runner there.
Oh, that was a great play by the base runner. You know, nice relay by the Nationals.
And a pop-up out behind short. And by the way, Dobbs forgot there was one out, and the Nats failed to throw him out. He took off thinking there were 2 outs. But Desmond grabs it for the second out, and Bonifacio will be the hitter.
This is a weird play here, too. As Desi goes back, the runner is all the way there. All Desi has to do is stop and gun the ball.
Yeah.
You know, he can gather himself. He doesn't have to throw the ball going away there. I mean, he hasn't.
If Dobbs didn't think there were 2 outs, and he was kind of, you know, getting himself in between, that was a pretty poor read, because that ball wasn't really going anywhere. I think your point's well taken on Desmond. If he plants and fires, the inning's over.
He has a tendency to want to throw that ball off balance, and with the arm that he has, all he has to do is get himself set up, stop, get on that backside and throw a seed. And first of all, you're going to be a lot more accurate. The ball's going to get there quicker.
Breaking ball inside, 1-1. Well, you know who's up in the Marlins bullpen. They haven't used their closer. And right now, Leo Nunez is tied for the league lead, at least going into this Friday he is, with 12. That ball gets away. And Ramos almost had a play in third because it hit that limestone and came right to him. Pudge not playing a whole lot these days, and there will be growing pains for a young catcher. They're going to call that a wild pitch. Bonifacio's out. He was out of the batter's box when that ball hit him.
Wacky inning.
They'll call it 2 unassisted on a bunt. Marlins take the lead. The Nats down to their final 3 outs. of the last 4 innings. And over that time, they've stranded 5 base runners. So bottom of the 11th rolls around. It'll be Alex Cora in the 9th spot. Bernadina and Desmond against Leo Nunez, one of the better closers in baseball. A guy with a varied repertoire who can give you a lot of different looks and speeds. Save situations, he's 12 for 12.
Well, he saved 56 the last 2 years, Bobby. 26 in 2009, 30 last year. You mentioned 12 out of 12 this year.
Alex Cora flied to right field, hit the ball pretty well. With 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Nationals loaded the bases in that inning, but Adam LaRoche grounded out. Cora shows bunt, gets Dobbs on the move from third. Strike 1.
Couple of things to look back at in that last inning. You have Danny Espinosa, who has as strong an arm as any second baseman, a little stronger than Hairston. And you have Pudge over there sitting on the bench. And I believe that Danny probably would have gotten that ball there a little quicker, and Pudge, having made that play hundreds of times, probably would have made that play. But it's what happens when you are in a situation where you have a young, talented player, and he will learn to make that play. And the simple thing about it is you just turn and find the home plate. You don't try to chase the runner. I've seen catchers actually that have been in the big leagues. Darrell Porter, one time playing with Kansas City, one time chased the guy all around in the on-deck circle, and all he had to do is go back to the plate because the guy's got to come there to touch the base.
Not easy to move around with all that gear on, huh?
You certainly don't want to get in the game of chase. What a night for Roger.
Top of the order. Bernadina on base 4 times. 3 hits and a walk. That's a high strike, and now it's 0-2 from Nunez. Nationals not out of this one yet, but the last couple of nights so close to building a pretty good winning streak. That'll be 2 outs on a ball handled by Sanchez. It'll be up to Ian Desmond now. By the way, the Phillies went on to win that game in Atlanta tonight, so they're now 25-12. Desmond tonight, 2 for 5 with an RBI. A lot of little things adding up tonight, Ray. We've seen the spectacular things, but like Desmond, maybe taking a pitch last time in the 9th, getting Bernadina to second base, and then a base hit wins the game for you. But he was swinging early in the at-bat. He moved Bernadina to third, and the Nats never could get him home.
I think that should be a part of the way that the team plays the game. You've got a guy with speed over there, and you need a run to win the game. The hitter should have that mindset that I'm going to give him a pitch or two to get down there for me. And then now he's got the game in his hands, the hitter's hands, because he's creating a situation. He's now hitting with runners in scoring position, and Ian has done that well.
1-1 pitch, and he takes that, what appeared to be a slider, down.
But somebody should remind him. I mean, Ian is a guy that is full tilt all the time. Just high energy player, and maybe the guy in the on-deck circle says, hey, take one, give him a shot to get down there. I think Roger would be going early in the count.
Ball 3.
It's not always a young player's fault. You have to be taught, and then you learn through your mistakes. But I assure you someone in that coaching staff will probably address that tonight, even though he got a base hit.
3-1 pitch, and Desmond hits it in the air, and this should do it. A lot of action in this one tonight, but the Marlins prevail and beat the Nationals 6-5 in 11 innings. It takes more than 3 hours and 40 minutes to do it. And it'll be game 2 tomorrow, 105. Mujica the winner, Broderick the loser, and Nunez his 13th save. This has been a presentation of Masson. That's Extra coming up next from the ballpark, from the booth. So long for just a while.